I'm gonna need more Dr. Pepper for this one.
Daddy issues? Is daddy issues does not explain this.
Thank you very much.
I'm disappointed forever.
No. No. Can I help you?
I wish you could, mate.
I will judge you, it'll just be quietly. Okay, this is just me being incompetent. Okay, hang on. We're almost there. We're almost there. We're almost there. I had some technical issues, and then I had some personal issues. I actually didn't have tech issues, so it was just me being dumb. And I'm still trying to get the link to post in Discord for the TikTok stream, so give me just like 2 seconds to get that done. Why are you mad? TikTok's mad for some reason. Anyway, it seems to be working. I'm just trying to get the link in Discord so that people in Discord can actually join the stream. But hey, if you haven't already, join the Discord. Usually I send the link before the stream actually starts, just not today, obviously. We have cults who are currently competing to win an exclusive build challenge, so that's fun. Never before seen. You have to create a prompt and I have to build it, so that'll be absolutely delightful. Currently, I have Laffy, and then Kilo, and then Megan on my list. If you have a build you want help with tonight, just let me know your gallery ID and your lot title, and I'll write it down. Also, as we continue to have live disconnected, what do you mean live disconnected? It's literally still there. What? Do we have internet? Okay, TikTok. If TikTok ends up just being a pain in the butt, we're live on YouTube, so join us there. Anyway, go away. You're fine. It's connected right now. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, what I was trying to say. There are lots of people here. Oh, as there have been slightly more than 5 people here recently, I am considering switching over to a queue system for the Build Help live streams. However, that would make it only possible to queue up on YouTube because that's where the bot works. So currently we have the like just the pad and paper so that I can take requests from TikTok and YouTube, but I don't know. It's getting more challenging to keep up with chat and keep track of all the requests as more people are here, and obviously that's great, but I don't want to accidentally like miss people, so who knows? We'll make decisions over the summer. Speaking of people, how many 5 people do we have here today? Let's see. We're going to start from the bottom of the list today. I don't know how the list is organized. Hello, Princess. Welcome in. Hi, Whitney and Spirit, RMJ, Minnie, Lefty and Laffy. Oh boy. Kilo, kaamkamm, Story, Splish, Megan, Kitty, Kate, Cattels. I don't remember how I say that one. You're going to get a new name every day. Indy, Emmy, and Rose. Thank you all for being here. It's lovely to have you. Welcome to the first Build Help stream in a minute, because March had 5 weeks, so like 5 Mondays. So it's been a while since we've been here. Let me get the first build pulled up, and I'll go over the rules for anybody who's joining us, blah, blah, blah. If you have a build that needs help, let me know. If you have it under the hashtag sahmhelplive, that helps me find them faster. However, Laffy Towers sent help. Those both concern me. Anyway, the hashtag helps me find it faster, but if you have anything in build mode that you'd like help with, I need to know your gallery ID, lot title, and what it is you'd like help with. I try to just do about 1 thing per build, maybe 2 things if they're very quick, just so that we can sort of touch on as many builds and as many different things as possible. If you need help beyond that, I would recommend checking out our Discord, as we have a whole channel dedicated to helping each other figure out build problems. I go there sometimes with build problems myself. Also, I can breathe this week. The allergies are much better, so that's very exciting. Let's get going, I guess, because I've got 3 just right off the bat, so that's super duper fun. So again, currently I've got Laffy, then Kilo, then Megan. Princess, would you like to be on the list? Oh, look, there you are. You're right there at the top. You know what? Sure thing. So you're going to be number 4 currently. NYVoodoo. And it's called, well, it's just at me. I'm guessing that what you need help with is in the description. If it's not, if you could let me know so I can write it down, that would be fantastic. Breathing is very important, unfortunately. Very sad. Anyway, so I might still be a little sniffly tonight, but by and large, the breathing is much better. These, I've been told to start with one of these 2. The fact that this window is off to the side is killing me, so I think we're going to go with this one. 20 by 15. Let's go over to Newcrest, because why not? We're going to get rid of... Wait, why are there people living here? I don't know. Oh, we had to playtest this one, probably. Roofs and windows. Alright, I'll write that down. There we go. You also have a roast? Oh no. Breathing is arguably the most important. Nah, we don't need to breathe. It's fine. I don't need to technically bulldoze before I place the lot, but I feel like sometimes it helps it place better, so we're gonna go with that. I say that and the game immediately freezes. Not available for this lot. That's right, because for residential rental you have to change... Oops. Oh, people live here. Oh my goodness. Way the heck up there anyway, probably. Oh my goodness. We're good. We're fine. Everything's fine. I just need to kick these people out. Goodbye, Disney princesses. See you later. Should always bulldoze before placing a Laffy build. We've learned our lesson a few times, haven't we? Alright, make the lot residential rental. Laffy Towers. Furnished. I'm scared. And then we'll go back and read the lot description and all that jazz. We did it. Our new crest is getting pretty full. I should probably stop trying to build here, but it's fine. What do we got? Need a place to sleep and nothing more? Then choose Laffy Towers. Still in renovation mode. We need the roof. We like the shape from the front. Oh, do you now? But also want a skylight in the back. Windows are definitely a problem and a nice communal back porch area. Thank you in advance, crew. Yeah, sure thing. So we'll see. What? Laffy. What is? I have tears in my eyes. What is this? This isn't even the Make Sam Cry challenge. This is just Laffy on a normal day challenge. What is this? I don't know what you like about the front, but we're just gonna do a little shave. Get the clippers out. Why do you have... No. I respect the desire for a skylight. We'll see about that. Okay, what? I mean, wow, Laffy, this is delightful. I'm so glad that you've joined us today with yet another one of your glorious creations. Okay, listen. We're gonna worry about the windows in a second. Let's start with the roof. Overall, this is fairly symmetrical. I want to run with that, especially with it being an apartment building. I think that would be thematically appropriate. And I liked the bit of the little bit of gable at the front, at the top middle, so I'm going to carry that in. I think what I'm going to do is start with a half gable roof piece here. I'm going to pull this even, copy and place on either side and pull them out. You've probably already figured out where this is going. And then we're going to grab a gable to place in the middle here. Maybe, hopefully, possibly, the grid is on this level, but the roofs still don't seem to want to place on this level. But that's fine. I think we'll have to pull these eaves in as well. I'm going to hold shift to pull one even at a time. Oh no.
Can I help you? I wish you could, mate.
And then we'll pitch this down, push it back into the roof a little bit. There we go. So I don't... You have so many things stressing me out here right now. It's a very cute building. It is. Listen, Linda is coming. I'm working on it. I was not able to get to it today. Anyway, so I'm gonna get rid of this piece of floor trim. I'm gonna hold shift to just delete that one piece. Oh my gosh, we can see the whole door now. Isn't that cool? And we could put some windows or like an apartment sign above it or something, and it would look so great. So we're gonna do that. And then we should be able to copy this same general shape up here, which you initially had. It's going to be a little bit different because we've got these funky little angles on the side. I don't know why you insist on doing this, but here we are. Bluey jump scared. Hey, listen. I'm busy. I'm focused. That off-center window's destroying your soul. That's why I chose this one today, okay? Now we could do an octagon. I might, just because it's easy and we can technically work with it here. So that would just be an octagon on either side. Oh boy. And then we want to be able to have a skylight in the back as well, which is fun. Ooh, can we do this actually? Because this would line up there, and then I have to worry about the... Nope, I hate it all. Okay. These cut off corners. Y'all want to be so fancy, and it's such a pain in the butt. I know you love your funky little angles. Please center the window. I'll get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna do the roof first, and then we'll do the windows, because the windows will complement the roof. I have to figure out how I want to address this situation. Because I could block this off, which would make it a like a bit of a rectangle, one of them awkward octagon situations, because we know how to roof awkward octagon situations. Been there, done that. Somebody has blessed us. Jill, thank you so much. Right, like we can do awkward octagon. So that's not the problem. At least not right this second. So do that. Grab the half, nope, not the diagonal half gable. We want the straight on half gable. Push this in, pull these eaves in, push this down, push this down to one tile, extend this eave. We're going to pitch it up so it lines up. We've all been here. We've all done this. Hold shift to pull that back. Hip hip hooray. Anyway, so I could do something like that. Obviously, it's still a little bit of a nightmare, so we're going to work on that a little bit more by copying and placing the same piece, removing the eaves. That gets rid of that, whatever you want to call that, funky bit of business. Is it like the most beautiful, glorious roof to ever grace your eyeballs? Probs not. Is it better than the other one? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know that it is, but you're killing me with these angled walls. Krista, hello, welcome in. Jill, I am feeling so much better, thank you. I can actually breathe for the most part, which is nice. If the skylight can't happen, I understand. The skylight's the least of my concerns. My main concern is your silly little walls here. The skylight is easy peasy. Once we've got this gable situation figured out, oh dude, we can throw down a skylight so fast. But this, like, do we want to keep this or not? That's the stress point. Hey, now, where's my move objects on? There we go. Like, I don't love it, but what I would love more is to cut off those angled walls, which I'm not allowed to do. Debbie, I see you, Debbie. I will add you to the list. Landscaping help. Your ID is a bunch of letters. DSKJCZ landscaping. Is there a reason I prefer YouTube over Twitch? Ooh. Yep. Lots of reasons. I enjoy streaming. I have a lot of fun streaming. Don't hear me wrong on that. But if I could just make one type of content for the rest of my life, it would be sort of standard production YouTube videos. That's my preferred video creation medium, if that makes sense. So I do prefer YouTube for that, obviously. Also, Twitch keeps changing around its little rules for people, and it kind of makes a mess sometimes. It can be difficult to track with what's going on. Also, it's just, I don't like the idea of people having to subscribe to skip ads. Like, that makes me annoyed. I would rather be able to control the ads here on YouTube, and I pretty much never play them. So I feel like for the best user experience for me, as well as for the best viewer experience for you guys, YouTube fits what I want. And I know it's not for everybody, but that's okay. This is where I'm sitting currently. This is where we started. So I feel like I kept the same shape you said you were a fan of, but I made it a little bit more Sam style. Is this my build? No. So this is Build Help Live. First Monday of every month, I take your builds and I do my best to help fix them up a little bit. Oh gosh, not the eyes again. I recognize that there is a wall, and we're going to get to that with the windows as well. Adblock not working on Twitch is a huge reason you don't use it as often. Also, the culture I find is just very different. Here on YouTube, I don't know what I'm doing. I genuinely don't know. But because there really aren't that many people, comparatively, streaming on YouTube over Twitch, I have a lot more freedom to not know what I'm doing. I feel a lot less pressure to, keep up with the current trends in content creation styles and stuff like that. I just do what I want to do. And then you guys get to decide if you want to hang out or not. So, it's fun. So there are a lot of reasons, just little bits and pieces sort of stacking up. Don't assume you. Oh, I did miss your request. I will grab you up here. And yes, I don't know. I just get a yucky feeling of Twitch forcibly putting in ads, and I can't do anything about it. And YouTube is trying, but so far I've been able to opt out of all of the forced ads. So that's good. ID is... Oh, somehow I keep missing that you have 2 A's and then 2 M's. I keep thinking it's K-A-A-M, K-A-A-M, because I can't read, evidently. Common area spaces. Alright, you're on the list. All 5, yes. All 5 of you here. Appreciate it. Consider streaming your Sims build. Yeah, unfortunately you do need decent internet to stream, but if you want to test the waters with some just like casual little content creation, it can be a good time, just making normal videos. Okay, so for a skylight, I feel like it'd be best to split it. If we could put the skylight on one side or the other, which one would you prefer? I think it's going to be easier for me to put it on this side, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start by pushing this back on either side like so. About here and I think here will be fine. I'm going to hold shift to tuck these eaves in, and this looks like one of the build hacks that I do all the time, but it's actually different. What we're going to grab next is a half gable. I'm going to pull these eaves in again as well, and then I need to match the pitch. I'm going to pull this up. So that should line up with my roof like so. Oh, that's right, I need more eaves. There we go. And then I'll copy and place the same thing on this side, but only make it one tile, and then copy it one more time. Bring it up again, except this one, I'm going to tuck all the eaves in. I lied to you. Womp womp. Darn. Alright, well, we were almost there. We might have to let it be. I'm just going to pitch it down a smidge by holding Alt. And now in theory, what I should be able to do is grab my same roof trim, put that on all the roof pieces, grab my same roof texture, but then grab glass for this part. So it's not going to be the, oops, that wasn't supposed to happen. It's not going to be the prettiest skylight ever, but this is a really easy way to do it. It doesn't quite line up with our wall situation here. Just because our roof is not an even number of tiles wide, it's an odd number of tiles. The balcony, aren't these fun? Like, there's a lot, honestly, I give Laffy a hard time a lot, but there are usually some very interesting, very creative elements happening. Love the flooring. What flooring? This one, Properly Planks, is, I believe, yes, this is from the new Businesses and Hobbies pack. And then this one, I think, is from Lovestruck. It is! Look at me knowing things. Fantastic. Inside the bathroom. I don't think there's flooring inside the bathroom right now. Is it possible to put a skylight in a half-hipped roof? Kind of. Then there's you. Oh no, a lot of people use Twitch, and a lot of people love Twitch, and I'm happy for them. It's just, it's not for me. I prefer YouTube. I like it here, so we're gonna stay. Anyway, there's a skylight. There are other ways to do skylights, but I feel like this one works pretty well for our goals and achievements here. Did you have this back deck roofed before? I don't know if I can see that from here. I really can't tell. I don't know. I don't know. Do you absolutely hate it? Or shall we move on to windows? Live in photography studio? Ooh, that sounds fun. Also, hang on, I need to fix TikTok a second. There we go. Laffy's very creative and fun. Laffy does love the giraffe floor. The biggest reason that irks you is just the ads. It is frustrating. YouTube streams are easier to watch on your phone. That is nice. You did have it, but you love it. Yay. Hooray. Well, I'm probably going to leave it like this then, and you can finagle it as you see fit. So again, this is where we're sitting. You liked the initial shape that you had. I feel like I made it better, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Of course, if you hate it, you can bulldoze it and my feelings will not be hurt. So this is where we started. This is where we're at, and you were complaining about the windows, blah, 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 something about walls. The good news is we can actually not have that be a problem pretty easily here. So what I'm going to do is move this to be here instead. You have a little stool in the shower. That's very cute. Move you there. I'm going to get rid of these walls. There. I feel like this would make more sense on this side, so it's more of a straight shot into the rest of the bathroom. But yeah, you could pretty easily move that there. You could even have it take up this whole area over here. So that's, I've decided, actually not going to be an issue. Now, you know how I feel about having the floor trim between floors when the siding doesn't actually change. I don't like it. I feel like it adds a ton of unnecessary busyness. However, you love it, so I'm going to try and deal with it. With that, okay, and you cannot complain about the windows and walls and then do this. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I prefer Twitch if it worked on Roku, but since it doesn't, you're very grateful to use YouTube. I didn't even know that. Look at this. All these fantastic reasons to use YouTube instead of Discord. Or, sorry, YouTube instead of Twitch. Are we part of... Hang on. Somebody's asking about Discord. The Discord may not work if you send the link through TikTok. I have a really rough time with that. I recommend just opening up your browser and going to salmonbean.com. There's a big green button at the top of the website to join the Discord. That link works. Trying to send it through TikTok is a mess because TikTok doesn't like external web apps, and it's just it's gross. The ventilation is good. Oh my goodness. Their placeholder items. What is the fireplace placeholdering? That's what I need to know. Ventilation certainly guaranteed. Okay, you have a heckin' ton of windows upstairs. I'm primarily gonna focus on the front windows. Nope, I'm confused. You have so many big windows upstairs, and then these... I don't know. I don't know what you're doing with windows. You're stressing me out a little bit with your windows, I think, is what's happening. I would consider... I know you're gonna be shocked at this. I would consider going with either the tall windows or the short windows, and then just running with it. I think that this mix and match is a little much. I think that you could do away with these windows on the front here. I don't think they're imperative. Like, we've got some windows in the landing, or in the stairwell here, which is nice and all. But you already have these windows, and we could make the roof a little bit taller here, which tends to fit your aesthetic a bit more anyway, to have the taller roof pieces. If we got rid of those windows, man, this floor trim's really messing with me, but I'll leave it alone. Brick not permanent, it sucks. Top floor items are not staying, just marking what rooms are what. That's fair. That's fair. In Australia, it's very common for a household to have a coffee machine that grinds beans and such. Like at our house, we get whole beans and then grind them, but it's like a separate grinder, and then my husband usually uses... Oh, what did he get? He just got an AeroPress, which is supposed to be some super fancy coffee tube. The top floor is for rich people. The bottom floors don't need light. What a great reason, Laffy. What a great reason. Building while we build? Heck yeah, I love building with friends. That's the best way to build. I'm going to put the... Oh, gee willikers, dude. I didn't even see this one. What? Bro. Okay, shift to pull that back. Shift to pull that back. Oh, it's already pulled back. Okay, never mind then. So, we are extending the eave once here. We're getting rid of the eave here. We're going to copy the brick there. And wow, that looks so much better. Even better option. Even better option. We're going to pull this over a little bit. Pitch it up a smidge. Pull this even while holding shift. Copy, rotate, place, hold alt while you adjust the size of this one to keep the height the same. And now we've got that little asymmetrical thing, but it doesn't look silly. So, there we go. Also, I'm going to give it the same texture I gave everything else because I like it. Yep, no, this is fine. It's structurally sound, I'm sure. We are doing build help today. Hello, Disco. Welcome in. Aussies are a nation of coffee snobs. I think there are coffee snobs all over the world, but it's good to know there's a full nation of them 14 hours away from me. Yep, I'm going to put this one on the gallery, and then you can yell at me later if you want. How about that? If at any point you see a build on stream that you want to check out more closely, of course the original builder information is all here, and I'll show you the rest of... I have to keep the sentence going till the game loads, but I'll also be putting them on my gallery. I usually remove them after a month or so because they're not my builds, but if people want to check them out. There they are. Oh, also the Inherited Manor Challenge 2025 is now live, so if you've been waiting for that, here it is. Base game only. Do recommend. I think it turned out pretty great. People have been enjoying it so far. So anyway, they're on my gallery if you want. Original will, of course, be linked here. If you want a closer look at stuff. And we did it. High five, team. We did it. Absolutely no water damage. That's good. I'm afraid of water damage. You lose Aussie points because coffee's one of your allergies. Same. That's why I drink Dr. Pepper. I've learned a life hack through my many travels. I don't leave the house, but when I do, we've discovered that instead of looking like, you look for different things when you're traveling, right? But one of the things that we've learned we really have to look for is just a health food store. Because if there's a health food store, I can eat. If there's not a health food store, there's like a 50-50 shot there's going to be a restaurant within reasonable distance of wherever we're staying that I can eat at. But if there's a health food store, they carry all those funky little no gluten, no soy, soulless foods that I can actually consume. So that's been a good hack to know. I think the next one is also on the hashtag. Let's see. I have Kilo next. Kilo, Megan, Princess Debbie, Cam, Kilo, Cavalier, Manfred's Mansion. Oh, I saw this one. I like this one. I'm very excited about this. Landscaping. The right side of the build looks flat and boring as heck. The kitchen layout, that's a lot of question marks. 40-30. Is this 40-30? It is. Look at us. We can stay in the same neighborhood. Fantastic. Kareem, hello. Welcome in. Better late than never. Legitimately keel over and die without caffeine. I recommend not doing that. I've heard that that is bad for your health. We're gonna wait. Alright, here we go. The hiccups are coming back. So that's fun. Okay, so we've got all this stuff happening here, which is very, very interesting. Your concerns include, but are not limited to, landscaping, the right side of the building looking flat and boring, which we could potentially solve with some landscaping, and the kitchen layout is getting multiple question marks. So, what if, I have two thoughts. Thought one, would it be possible... Oh, I don't know if this will work all the way around, though. Maybe not. Anyway, possible to bring in some more texture. Option. Don't know if that's the best option, but it was something that I thought of. So, there's that. And then we'll get rid of that. Second thing I thought of immediately would be to not have yet another front-facing half gable, because I think that slope, oops, I think that slope is part of what's making it look boring, because it's just a copy of everything else that's happening. But what we could do instead is grab a half wall like that, and I'm trying to make this a room, but it doesn't want to roomify. There we go. Anyway, and then we can raise the platform up a little bit. Go over to floor textures, grab some dirt, which is in miscellaneous, not outdoor, because that would be way too darn convenient. And then we can actually put some plants up here, which might look nice. You have lots of space up here, so we can actually put some decent sized plants. I'll have to look and see what packs you're using. But that would give us a new roofline shape, which could be nice. And if we want to do landscaping anyway, that would help the landscaping sort of come up onto the rest of this very modern, very boxy build. So those are my thoughts. Just give up on life without Dr. Pepper? Yeah, probably. You have a kitchen you need layout help with? Okie dokie, I shall add you to list as well, and then that'll be the last one for this page. You also forget we have dirt. It's not under outside. You'd think that we would put it under outside, but no, we can't have our dirt be outside. Rude. What packs are we using for this one? Heckin' ton of them. Okay, so I'm not going to worry too much about plants. Let's see. If we're going for... Okay, landscaping. We talked about modern landscaping last time, I think. Because we could do a modern take on landscaping, or we could go more floral. If we want to stick with our more clean lines and stuff, we want to find plants that don't have too many colors and textures all layered on top of each other. My go-to is usually the agave plant, which is here for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway. Am I gonna have to enable quarter tile? I think so. There we go. So I'm gonna rotate this in a few different directions for kicks and giggles. But there's just like a pretty classic contemporary landscaping plant thingy. Where do I find the dirt? So the dirt is actually in miscellaneous floors, which is annoying. We have outdoor, which has gravel. This is not gravel. In what world is that gravel? I don't know. And concrete and grass and some sand. But the dirt is in miscellaneous. It's called bottom of the basement, but this is more gravel than the gravel one. Like, what's with that? Oh, and then the sand and the Salvadorian dirt. Yeah, for some reason these are all in miscellaneous instead, which is dumb.
When in doubt, boulders.
I know you need the lid to listen. I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize. Right side, you mean literally from the side. Oh, my bad. Like this? Looking at this? Well, that's easy. All you need to do is put a tree there, and then your problems are solved. There. See? I fixed it. Concrete, also known as darker gravel. Concrete gravel? who knows? Who knows? All of them, you got everything. There's a tree in the house now. Nuh-uh. It does kind of look like that. Okay, so what do we have going on over here? Ooh, well, okay. Is this... Wait, what? Hey, what? Dude, bro. My man. Am I allowed to, like, make the space a smidge larger? Is that permissible? Oh, I could put the stone over here. There we go. Oh, we've moved the entire bathroom out. With the rest of... Throw the bath out with the bath water, I guess. That's fine. Also don't know why this room doesn't have a ceiling. I should probably give it a ceiling. That feels important. Anyway, I feel like that would be a fairly simple fix, would be to pull out your dining room a little bit. It adds a little bit of shape. Is it like, oh no. Okay, I was trying to catch up on your messages. It's a breakfast nook because this is supposed to be more formal dining. You could extend this bathroom, make it slightly larger. I don't know if you already have laundry or if you even want laundry, but maybe putting a laundry room in the middle there. Then you could keep the smaller, cozier breakfast nook vibe in here, and still have some sort of color texture change on the side of the building, which I think would be nice. Do you have to do any of this? Absolutely not. I'm still strongly considering just grabbing some trees and calling it a day. Because it's so easy. It's so easy. Anyway, I'll catch up again in a second. Squirrel, hi. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Ellie, Catherine, Jess, Grace, and Jessica, congratulations on your gifted memberships. You now have access to about 30, I think, extended cuts which is very exciting, not to mention, of course, the emojis here. So most of the videos that I have released on my channel in the past year have a version that is twice as long for the Gable Gang. So if you're a Gable tier member, you get to watch those.
Thank you very much.
Twice as long and no ads. Very exciting, very exciting. Yes, now it's eyeballs and lips with trees. Minnie, thank you so much for that input. I mean, we could make it worse. We could literally paint this one red. I just thought the stone would be a nice change in texture. And realistically, I mean, you could pull this out as well. You do have an identical floor plan situation, so you could pull those out. Let's see, what would I want to do then on top of that? Honestly, you know what? Let's do a little bit of funky business. Why not? I'm gonna raise this up a couple times. Maybe. There we go. And wait, we might not have a platform turn that matches this color. I forget sometimes how limited our options are. It's close-ish. It's a look. You can also use half walls and then get an exact color match, but red is lipstick. There was an effort in making those identical floor plans because you had this thought, but then you weren't sure about it. Fair enough. Seduce your wand into making you baked beans. And you're forced to compromise and have more than just beans for dinner. Funny how that works when you live with someone who cares about you and your health, and then they make you, like, actually take care of yourself and your health. It's pretty wild, man. Pretty wild. Anyway, I'm gonna put some plants up here because apparently I feel like being a little bit of a troll today. But yeah, that's what I would be considering here. Would be to change the shape, because if the shape's boring, you are allowed to change it, and if you don't want to change the shape, like, that's fine. But adding some landscaping of some sort over here would be pretty helpful with that. Put a cow up here. That looks pretty good. Very, very, very eco-friendly now with all of our plants and things. So changing up the shape a little bit is nice. I think it also helps this area not look as flat and boring, which I do think that having all of the roofs all the way across was a little bit heavy, so I would still stick with breaking this up a little bit here. Yay. Was I supposed to do something else? I don't remember. You took away your Mountain Dew, water only. Laffy, I'm, like, genuinely so happy for you. Baked beans on cheese on toast. Why? Who? Go away. No. Gross. Just needs a nose. Oh, gosh. Gnomes cackle in the distance. I'm scared. Oh, no. The CEO of Trauma and Chaos is here. Now I'm scared again. Kitchen. I shall address the kitchen. You probably don't want me to work on landscaping anymore. Okie dokie. So, this is a lot of windows for a kitchen. I appreciate the views, but it is kind of a lot of windows for the kitchen. So, I would consider removing one of these sets of windows and adding some cabinets, because this is a pretty big kitchen and you have two separate other dining spaces, so you really need a kitchen that can carry all of that. It needs to be bigger to balance it out. You could do some chaos. We're good. We got enough chaos. You had enough trauma for one day. Alright, no more trauma for you. We forbid it. Some of the windows can go. You added some because you weren't sure. Sims never appreciate the views. I wish they did. I wish that was a thing. Anyway, let's do these. Because otherwise you're just staring at the office, and that's kind of weird. So, drawerized counter. That's quite the name, isn't it? Let's... I don't know how I feel about that. So this is the second set from Dream Home Decorator. So if I want to do a matching cabinets, I think that would be this one. Oh gosh, you're gonna make me color match these things. Like, there are only so many color options, but still, I get confused. Oh, is this a countertop one? Actually, I don't know. Is this... Hold up. This one feels more kitchen-like, but it's not the cabinets you have. You have these cabinets. Okay, this is fine. Everything's fine. Drawerized counter. I'm gonna go for the full space. I don't know if we're gonna keep the full space, but we're gonna start with it. So Bear with me for a moment. I should explain what I'm doing. Hey, why are we making the kitchen larger? What's with that? I'm so glad you asked. So listen, in this size house where we have, well, we only have 2 bedrooms, but we have 2 separate dining areas, as well as an eat-in kitchen, and 2 separate living areas, and a fancy office with actually arguably another living area. This is a very large house, and so to keep the same scale happening throughout the house, we have a large-scale living area with lots of seats, a large-scale kitchen with, or a large-scale dining with lots of seats. We need to be able to have a kitchen that can support that. So scale-wise, that's what I'm trying to run with here. So I'm going to give us some nice kitchen cabinets on this wall, hopefully. I'm going to build around the refrigerator. I don't know if you'll keep this or not, but it's worth a shot. And then we're going to build some more shelves across the way. We'll do a little corner cabinet situation. So I'm hoping that will help it feel a little bit more kitchen-like. And with these, and with our taller walls, we could, in theory, build across the top as well. And that would sort of provide a bit of a casing for the windows as well. And we'll grab an end cabinet for over here, over our trash can. I don't know if the trash can will still work, actually. I'll pull it out a little bit. It should. So that's my thought with the kitchen, is to make it a little bit larger. And for our island, I'll keep one for reference here. Instead of having it be so long, because our room is not quite a square, but like it's thick, we are going to do a square or rectangle island in the middle. How many tiles do we have to work with here? I feel like space-wise it would fit better in this direction. I see chat moving. I'll work on that in a second. So I think I'm going to put it diagonally and then actually rearrange your sink and, not diagonally. I'm going to put it this way and then potentially rearrange your sink and stuff a little bit as well. Get rid of those. Oop, it is off a bit. Where do I need to put it? Here? We're getting there. I think that's better. Anyway, I might get rid of this. Double up this cabinet over... Hello? Oh my goodness. Over here, I'm going to put our stove over on this wall so that we can then grab... range hood. I'm sure chat is telling me very important information that I'm just not paying attention to. It's going to be green for now. We could move the sink over to the island, or we could leave the sink over here. I don't care either way. But I do think that having some sort of lighting over here will help ground the island as well. Here, you can have orange lights. Why not? So I would start with this, rearranging the kitchen situation. Something on the island for decor, probably. What is chat telling me that I need to know? Not sure by any means, but you would need to be standing on the counter to reach the top ones. Oh, for sure. These are just because our walls are taller and I wanted to have something around these windows to sort of help cozy it up. So that's why I added the extra layer of shelves. This is very much where you're storing your Christmas decorations. Sick of building and needed it to be functional to play. That's fair. That is fair. Love when everything's fine starts. Manny's living a busy life, for sure. For sure. Alright, I'm accidentally on purpose. I don't... Pots? Not pots. Oh no, I'm sorry. Just yapping? Okay, well, if I needed to know something, you can tell me. I can reach them. I can reach them. There is so much shelf happening. There is. My thought with the additional layer of shelves was specifically because this is so modern, to cozy it up a little bit, to sort of encase the windows, encapsulate them a wee bit. That was the thought there. You'd of course do not have to keep it there. You don't have to keep it there at all. But just like as an idea for a kitchen layout, I think that this one is better than our 4 tiles of kitchen we had before. You need to climb the fridge to reach them. Oh my gosh. Curtains over the windows? No, I hate curtains. The curtains in this game suck. I see beautiful curtains sometimes, and then I realize those are custom content curtains. I cannot have them. Like, you could put in curtains. I don't know. I'm not going to make you this time. But I'm going to do that for my kitchen layout recommendation. We've tackled the roof a wee bit. We changed the shape a wee bit. I did a little bit of landscaping. It's fine. I'm going to put it back on the gallery for you. Haha. Too bad we don't have clutter ladders, right? That'd be so nice. Gonna have to get out the debug ladder. It's fine. It'll be hi, I love that you backspaced like I told you to. Pretty great. There you go. Sorry. I failed at swallowing. Manny is on the gallery. We love Manny. Manny's on the gallery. Manny is living many lives throughout all of our saves right now. It's pretty great. Where... Oh, bummer. I was hoping I could cheat and just grab the... Oh, wait. It's right here. Duh. Behold. Manny the Nanny. Uses a heckin' ton of packs. So worth it. The best Manny I've ever hired. Are there stairs? In the house? Yeah, there are some stairs in the house, but we weren't told to go upstairs, so we're not gonna go upstairs. Download and give the best life ever. Mateo Manny deserves it. It'll be... Poor man. I feel so bad, though. Like, for real. Poor guy. I've hired the dude, and then we tried to send him on a date, and his date just howled at him the whole time. It was rough. Okay, I'm gonna cross that one off. I think we did things. Check. Ooh, Megan's next. Let's see. I think it's this one. Work in progress. Big fancy. Roof. You want to roof this with the columns. I expect we shall figure out what that means once we place the lot. Manny should have his own 100 baby spin out, not on my channel. I did 100 babies in Planet Zoo. That's all I'm doing. We're not doing more 100 babies. Just use and abuse. Hey man, I've tried to set him up with some nice dates, and then we get problems instead. But I tried. Let's see. Residential. Give it a moment. Okay. Oh, okie dokie. This is quite the shape. Roof with the columns. What to roof with this? I might need more explanation on what you mean by roof this with the columns. Do you mean also roof these? Because they do have half walls on them, which means we won't actually be able to place the roof properly. Also, your eaves, for some reason, your roof trim doesn't want to show up. I'm not 100% sure what that's about. I assume it has something to do with the freeze, since we've been having freeze issues. I have to put the little one to bed. Don't do yours to the back. I believe you are next up, but we'll probably be here for a minute. Also, if you do miss any part of the stuff or you want to go back and watch it, this is always up on YouTube the next day with chapters per gallery ID. So the weird blocks you put on the end. Hang on. The big boy columns in the corner. This is what I'm looking at here as roofing with the columns. But I'm not sure how to interpret that. Because I don't think I can, like, technically, I can put a roof on top of them. However, it's going to be, challenging, and I generally don't know if it'll actually work. I think that's about the right height, so then I'd have to move this over, and then, move it again. So like, could we technically do it? Yes, I just don't know if this is what is meant. Shared a lot to the gallery under the hashtag. I shall add you to the list as well. If not be roofing with the columns, you couldn't get both or either look decent. Okay, so you want to keep the columns and have the roof look decent. I should be able to do some feedback on that. Let me write down. Yours is like Smurf Destroyer or something, right? Okay, so I'm going to not do funky roofing because that sometimes doesn't stick on the gallery anyway. We do want to keep the columns, which is lovely. I'm going to get rid of this roof so we can address this from the beginning. Hopefully it'll let me roof it without a ceiling. Sometimes it doesn't, but it should. One of the first things I'm going to do is actually maybe consider raising the platform level inside these so that they're not catching water and stuff, and it will keep the roof from clipping through. Maybe just twice. Hang on. And I know it looks like I'm destroying stuff, but I'm just going to copy and place it by holding shift and clicking all the columns. So we'll start with that. Now, to actually get it to roof properly. You already have a lot of textures and shapes going on, so I'd rather keep it simple. And yeah, with the columns on the ends, that'll be interesting to work around. Killer Smurf 7667, that's what it is. Thank you. Not attached to the freeze. I shall remove the freeze then, because I think it might be causing some of the actual like weird clipping issues that we're seeing. So we can skip that. Then we could potentially come back with it later if we feel we need it. We've just been having issues with that lately. Add you from earlier. I may have missed it. Again, I feel like we need to switch over to the queue system just because chat is busy, which is lovely. I appreciate all of you being here. But it does make it more challenging for me to catch people and add them to the list. So Whitney, I will add you. I need a reminder on your gallery ID, if you please, and I'm sorry that I missed you earlier. I think between this stream and the next Build Help stream, I'm going to figure out a better way to get the queue, just because I love having you all here. I do, and then I feel terrible if I miss an important chat message. So I need to get some stuff sorted out on my end there. And MJ, hello, welcome in. Yes, first Monday of the month, we do Build Help Live. We want to keep the columns, need to keep the roof somewhat low-key and simple so that it will actually function with the columns and not look too out of place. But we also have this courtyard thing, so I might start with a gable here, cover my biggest portion, and see how low I can pitch it. Is it gonna look too ridiculous with the columns? Maybe. I don't know. It's conflicting styles, you know? myweirdnormal, that's right. You think I'd remember these by now. Some of them I do. Casbah Arts Center. Cream, that is another option, would be to have a moderator dedicated to just looking at chat and keeping a tab, like, on my behalf. But again, that would just be on YouTube, and then that removes the TikTok people, and it's a mess. I'm gonna try to work with gables because they have that traditional shape, which is nice. And I should be able to pitch them down pretty low and see if this will work with our shapes here. I want to respect the columns. I do try, believe it or not. Sometimes I'm a little bit of a bully, but usually I do really try to maintain the integrity of the original build and not change too much. That is a goal, believe it or not. So this is like the world's most simple shape here. Oh, right, courtyard. I forgot about that. And we were having such a nice time. Let me still keep this going on the sides, and I'm just gonna see what I can do about that in the middle here. I might be able to grab a half gable like this and match the pitch and do the same thing that we did on that back roof piece on Laffy's build. Bring this out here. The main issue with this here specifically is that it is going to not have that oops, this like shingle pattern at the top, which is a little bit of a bummer, but it does let our courtyard actually be open. I don't know, I'll think about it. What if we rounded it? Maybe. I don't know if that would help specifically. This whole thing is quite angular, so I don't know if rounding it's gonna be super duper helpful. What if towers? We could tower. But that would be a little bit more like moving into a castle direction, which would be a very different direction with the roof and the windows. Put a glass window there. Currently, I don't think the towers are actually involved in the floor plan, so I'm not going to put windows in them. I'm going to consider... Hello. Putting another one of these in here. Okay, no, you have to play nice though. Doesn't want to play nice. It's fine. Okay, copy paste the same thing all over again so I can get these eaves sorted out. Holding shift to move one eave at a time is a phenomenal hack. So that would bring that similar shape back there that we had earlier. I don't know, I feel like this is just a simpler version of the roof you had before. Do you have a reference image for this one? Or do you know generally what style it was going for? Like, was it supposed to be renovated? Because if we wanted to lean into the tower side of things, we'd have to actually add some more height to our main build. And if we wanted to lean into the more modern column side of things, generally you'd want the columns to be under the roof, so we'd have to shorten them so that we could extend the roof over them properly. Sort of the back and forth we're going for. Hello, welcome back. Time zones. Who cares about time zones? I don't know what's happening. West Asia, 5:30 a.m. Oh my gosh, Lynn. Have you slept? Are you awake for the day? I have concerns. Are you alright? Do you need me to call somebody? I think that's not going to be ideal. I think we're going to have to push it down like that. It's a look. It's something. I don't know. I'm feeling stuck on this one. I feel like I need a reference for the style. I'm going to try and trim it out and add some shingles and see if that helps at all. Let's see. What should we do? Man, we just got so many different aesthetics working together here. Might go with just a classic shingle. That's where I'm sitting currently, and we started with this, which is kind of hard to see. I can't like zoom in, but you can pinch your screen maybe and zoom in yourself. So it's a lot smoother, it's a lot more minimal. I leaned into the more modern side of the roof, pitching it down to match more with our windows. I don't know, this is a very interesting shape. I'm kind of stuck here. Text mouse is very loud. It is very loud.
I don't know what to tell you.
For once you're not watching a stream with a bad sleep schedule, 11:30 a.m. Ooh, nice. Thought it was my mouse. I mean, I have a mouse as well. Here's my mouse. But Tech's also doing computer stuff. Over to the side. That was his mouse. I think unless I can get a reference, I don't know that I can do much more with this one. So if it's on the Discord with a reference, please tag me in it. I might give it another go after the fact, but currently I don't know what other direction to try to move with this one. I thought Jack was in the basement. Sometimes. Not today. I'm gonna change the hashtag. Sometimes I don't like putting in sahmhelplive because I don't feel like I helped very much. At the end of the day, at least it's another option that won't work. We're taking things off the list. So that's great. No mouse sounds so they were pointed out. Whoops. Yeah, I feel like I need more direction on this one. That's the wrong button, actually. I wanted this button. So Princess is next, and then we have Debbie, Cam, Rose, CEO of Trauma and Chaos, Whitney. If I missed anybody else, now is the time to let me know. Maybe add flooring to the tiles. Maybe. I'm trying to get a good roof shape, though, and I think that I just need a reference or something, you know, to understand the vision behind the project. The pillars. Yeah, maybe. See if you can find what you had in your head and put it on Discord. I think that if I had a better understanding of the background behind the project, it'd be helpful. But I have to let him out on occasion. Yeah, because I'm in charge of letting you out of the basement.
Yeah, right.
I think that might help. Let's see. What were we doing next up? Princess, which I think was toward... Oh, we've moved because people have been uploading stuff. Very exciting. Now I have the complete opposite vibe here. 6464. Brindleton Bay it is. It's my favorite. Got up, did stuff, did not eat. Guess what you gotta do? You gotta eat stuff. Or so I've been told. Oh gosh, we're gonna have to get rid of the apartments today. Need to upload it. If you'd like to upload it, I can add you to the list. Our list is pretty long tonight. That's the one reason I have not switched over to the queue method is because it would make it a lot harder for me to properly add TikTok people, and I would feel bad about that. But also I feel bad about missing people. So it just...
Thank you very much.
Could you do anything? Yeah, go out and chew on a tree, RMJ. Let me know how that goes for you. Anyway, Nicole, you have Discord too. Awesome. We're going to place this one down. And did I have notes on this one? Roofs and windows. Okie dokie. Oh, we're going spellcaster in here. Alright. Isn't the lighting on this lot just so pretty? I love it so much. So, I like the windows. Honestly, I think the colors working together, very exciting. However, I have a lot of concerns about this roof. Let's do this better. Ready? Easiest way to not eat, sleep instead. True. True. I feel like this is a really good roof to point out what the roofing problems are, because I forget sometimes. We got a lot of new people. Hello, new people. Thank you for being here. Love you. Why do I complain about stuff? What is it I'm trying to fix? What a great question. So if we look here, we're going to pretend it's raining. All of the water is going to go straight into the house. This is very bad. I wish I had one of those little like pointer things, you know? Do you guys see house inspector videos where they have the little pointer finger on a stick and then they smack stuff with it? It's hilarious. Anyway, same here, as we have a valley here that's going to catch water. We're going to get a lot of water down here. Does water damage exist in the game? No. But if you're looking at your roof and you're like, why does this not look right? Pretend it's raining and think about where the water is going to go, and odds are it will point out where your issues are. So we have another valley right here. We've got this open gaping hole right here. We've got a lot of water pouring in back here. So those are the main areas that we're going to want to fix. Once we have that sorted out, it will look a lot better. Another thing to consider is most times for most styles, okay, not all the time, guys. Most times for most styles, your roof is going to look best if it is at most accounting for 1/3 of the height of the build, generally. Somewhere between a half and a third. So like here, if we were to just look at this section, this roof is too tall. But if we were to put it down to about here, so it's about half the height of the build attributed to the roof, what was that word? I don't know. Then I would argue that that looks better, and we could pitch it down a smidge more as well. Again, most of the time for most styles. So I'm gonna grab my clippers. I need a little clipper sound, little lawnmower sound. We're gonna get rid of all the roof pieces, and we're gonna start from scratch. We're using the spellcaster windows, which are beautiful. We're gonna put a ceiling here. I'm gonna leave this roof or this wall alone. Okay. This is also going to give me an opportunity to point out a couple of things that you can do that will make your roofing life so much easier. So, generally, see how we have one story here and another story on top? We have way more than 5 tiles here. Generally, you want to keep 5 tiles or fewer between the leading wall of your upper story and the leading wall of your lower story, because otherwise your roof pieces are just going to be horribly sloped. Just a very, very long, very low slope, and this can be challenging to work into other parts of the build. In this one in particular, I think we might be able to get it to work okay having this back here, but you could also do yourself a favor and just try to keep your floors a little bit closer together. So there's that. By comparison, this one over here is actually 5 tiles. So if I resize this one, just look at that. Look at that nice pitch. And then we could pretend, right, that we're going to pull another roof piece into it. Beautiful shape right there. Very nice. This one, very short. So trying to avoid these massive open areas if you can, generally recommend. It's supposed to have a vaulted ceiling. Oh, whoops. I'll put that back. We'll do that. Watch a house inspector video using one yesterday and got a real kick out of it. Isn't it hilarious? It's fantastic. I love it so much. I will try to post, the next time I find one, I'll try to put it in the Wholesome Beans chat. Okay, so vaulted ceiling. We have, from my perspective, exactly one option for this, which is to just go back in with that same roof piece I was just using and place it in like so, and then to pitch it down. If your roof doesn't quite line up, you can hold Alt to adjust it more exactly. So I'm going to do that here. And now with this, if I go inside, tab for free camera, by the way, and then we wait for a few years while we drive over, this will actually let us see up and into the ceiling. So that's what I would do there. It would be nice if we could have a gable so that it had sort of a high point in the middle and then came down to meet the walls on either side. However, that's not going to work with our build, with the rest of our build today, unfortunately. So this is going to be about your option. Keeping in mind rain damage revolutionized your building. Adjust the second floor size and shape. I'll probably leave it. I would have to adjust a hecking ton. And I do want to be conscious of how much time we spend on this, since we already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6. I forget. I might have missed one. Other builds coming in after this. So I will show you, let me move that. I will show you what I mean by having the gable here instead. I think that this looks nicer from the inside as a vaulted ceiling. But if we were to put it here, we'd have to do a bunch of weird stuff to make it actually line up properly, and then you're going to end up with clipping roof pieces inside, which you do not want. So inside, like this shape, I think is nicer, where you have the peak and then it comes down to meet the walls on the sides. But given the overall shape of the build, I think that that's going to be more impractical today. So I'm going to stick with this one, which is still lovely. You can still do a lot with that. Yes, please let Cream know. Thank you for being here and for working on that. A lot of builds is what happens when build help gets skipped. Did it get skipped? Or did we just have a really long month? I don't think I skipped it. Did I? Oh no. Now you got me panicking. You got me panicking. Now because I've already started here, usually what I would do is I would work from the largest possible part of my build and move forward. However, since we've already started with this large piece, I'm going to try and carry it through to my roof, which means I'm going to try to get these pieces to line up. Currently, I think my roof is an appropriate height so that the wallpaper is not clipping inside. Like if I put it up too high, then the wallpaper clips inside. So we have to be very careful with that. I think that's correct. And then I should be able to get this to line up as well. Sometimes it's a challenge, but we should, oh, we're so close. Pixel by pixel sometimes, but we'll get there. I think that's about what I've got. And I'm going to copy this piece and place, oh no, actually no, that's not gonna work. I lied to you. So sorry, so sorry. What? YouTube, leave me alone. No one's me to put ads in. We already had that conversation. Go away. When you delete the upper floor of ceiling of a room, outdoor weather comes in. Yep, that's a current bug. They haven't fixed it, and I'm mad about it. Same May to June will be a long month. Hooray. Long month, but in your head pushed out equals skipped. That's fair. March did go on. And on. And on. This year's already lasted decades. Yeah. Love when they do that. I may have lied.
Bummer.
I think... okay. So now over here, I have options. My options are to grab this piece and do one of these again, which I don't love, just personal preference. But it's gonna be either that or... Let me move this over to the side. If we bring the gable back, it's gonna have to be squished down a decent amount, probably to about here. No, lower than that. Here. And I don't know which I prefer. I guess honestly we're actually gonna have to have this here either way, just to alleviate the water damage, you know? Okay, I would like for you to actually snap to a height. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna push this over here. So that'll take care of the water that we were having leaking into this wall over on that side. I'm gonna hold shift to push this eave in, copy and place the same piece here, make it one tile wide, push this eave in on the back, and then bring these out on the side again. So it'll take care of that, and then copy and place the same piece, and we're gonna go for stacked gables at the front. This will give us an opportunity to bring those windows back as well, which I think would be important. And then up top here, I know what I want to do, but what I want to do is not going to be practical, so we might end up with more of the same here. Because what I'd really like to do is have a higher pitched gable running this way. So it'd be pulled this way, and then we would extend this out to about there, so it'd be nice and tall and give us some height at the top. However, due to our current floor plan, that's not going to work, because then it's overhanging a bunch of stuff that doesn't exist. I could potentially just put it on the one side over here, but then my concern with that, even though it's nice and adding some height, is if I copy and place that same piece over here, it's just gonna look so much shorter over here, like comically shorter. I don't know how I feel about that either. I feel like we're gonna end up going with stacked gables here. Yes, you do have to send a message in chat for it to recognize you, and then once you're in chat, it'll just keep giving you points, which is super duper handy. I think I'm gonna pull this back here instead. Yeah, alright, I think we're gonna have to end up going with, oh gosh, what are you doing? Oh, I know what you're doing. It's me, I'm the problem. Probably just gonna keep end up, who needs English? My brain died. With these shapes, again, sometimes when the shape is odd and you have too many angles that are sort of contradicting each other, you gotta do what you can do. Okay. So I'm gonna start with that. we're going to also have more of these stacked gables here, so that will continue our same pattern. I might be able to pull this back here, which would be nice. If I pitch this down just a little bit more, that will combine, which is lovely. Then I can pull this. Oop, I died. I lied. Grab this, match the pitch right there. Just push it in, push that in. We could do it together. I believe in us. Just need you to line up. Alt key, man. Works miracles. I might switch this out for a half hip roof piece. I think that'll be alright. Okay, so I'm going to switch this one out for half-hipped. The reason that a half-hipped roof piece will work better here is because the hipped side on the back is just going to blend into our other pieces a little bit better. I'm going to extend this. Oh, I love that that worked exactly as I thought it would. That was a lie, it did not. Anyway, that'll blend in back here a little bit better, which is nice. And then, oh, duh, I have to match this pitch here. That's fine and dandy. Oh, man. Might have to do a half hipped in this direction as well. Oh, no, see, now that's going to make that weird. It's just an unfortunate collection of measurements, is what's fighting us so hard right now. It's just, unfortunately, a lot of these tile counts just don't always play together very nicely when you try to get them to line up. Like right here, if this was one more tile, two more tiles? Where are we at? If we could extend this here, then it would line up, but it doesn't, and we can't. Doing my best to work within the confines of the space I was given. Not have any valleys. Oh wow, that's a hot mess right there is what that is. Are we gonna do a hip roof piece here? Don't love that. That's gonna make it harder to blend into this space over here. Let's see. Oh yeah, no, that's solving zero problems. This one's tricky. Hi from South Africa. Hello. Welcome. What lot is this? This is the 64 by 64 lot that comes with cats and dogs in Brindleton Bay. It's very nice. All the chimneys. Oh my gosh. I mean, we could do with some chimneys, but it'll be good. We are also... This technically, here's the thing, there aren't any impossible shapes here, it's just finding the balance of making it look good and making it kind of sort of work with, again, just some of these ratios are just off, so it's making it more of a challenge. Like, technically, this follows all of the roofing rules. Does it look amazing? No, but technically, it works. And honestly, I've seen worse roofs in real life, so at some point you just can't judge anymore. And we can connect that there, which is lovely. This takes care of this little corner bit here. Yeah, so like technically, that functions. Could we add a chimney here? Yes. Would that actually probably be really helpful? Yes. I try to save chimneys for the really problematic areas, just because they just help so much. But we could put a chimney there. It might look a little silly, but that's okay. We can deal with a little bit of silly. I'll grab this piece here and pull it in. So like there's technically a correctly roofed top story. It's not wrong. It's not amazing, but it's not wrong. Hopefully that makes sense, because we don't have valleys, we don't have super awkward intersections. Well, okay, we have a couple. But for the most part, everything, it lines up, it works. Painting it will help it look better as well once we get to that step. Now this area is causing me grief already, and I haven't even started. I think what I'm probably going to do with this one is grab a half-hipped roof piece, because this will make our corners actually look decent, which is going to be really handy. So I think I might start with that, and then I'll match our pitch here. There we go. And I can use a half gable roof piece to take care of this area. So I'm going to pull this back to meet with the wall, pull it over. If done correctly, it should just look like one roof piece. So there we go. I'd argue that that would be done correctly. Our corners look fine and dandy, so I think that will be all right on that side. And we'll copy our same piece here. And we do have a vaulted ceiling inside, so we do have to be a little bit careful about how much our stuff is overlapping. Pull this out, copy and rotate again. Where's my grid at these days? There it is. Pull this over. Ooh, we're getting close. This spot here. How do I want to do that? I could do another half gable, and that would just be the same thing that we've been doing here. That might remove our ability to place a window there, which is a bit of a bummer. It would remove our need for that piece. Pull that in. That's all gonna line up. Well, it's supposed to all line up. I don't know why it's not lining up. What's with this? What? I don't know that that's my fault, honestly. That might just be the game. I think that's technically roofed, though. Technically done. The wall's missing paneling in the front. Yes, we have a lot of walls missing paneling right now. I think our front door may have also disappeared. So I got a lot going on. The floor plans never show you the roofs. Yeah, they're tricky. They are tricky. Asked your dad to bring you potato chips. He brought potato chips and dill pickle garlic cloves. Interesting. That sounds fun. A tower right where the chimney is. Towers can also be really helpful, especially if you're trying to go for that realm of magic sort of vibe. So that could be a solution as well. I don't remember where your door was, so I'm just going to put one there across from the stairs. Let's paint everything real quick, and then we can judge it again. Gotta get all the roof pieces. Okay, so if I do all of that, and then we grab, what are your accents? You've got red columns. I don't know if I'll do a red roof trim. I think I'll probably go for gray, like your windows. So we'll trim that out. Ooh, I can pull these eaves out now as well. Anyway, trim everything. Very exciting. Bippity boppity boo. And then switch out the shingles as well. If you're trying to go for whimsical, we do have the scalloped shingles, which are pretty nice. We have them in a few different sizes. And about green, maybe some blue. Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore the weird clipping nonsense down there. I don't know what it wants from me. There's some scallop shingles, and we also wanted to potentially bring back some of those windows, I believe. So using a lot of these, I don't remember if these have a complementary swatch. They probably don't, because this is The Sims, and nothing can ever match. Yeah, so windows may or may not fit up here. It's up to you if you decide that that looks decent or not, but this should give us space for some of our bigger, fancier windows in these areas, if that's still something that's important to you. I know that this feels super boring and basic, and some people come after me for that. And honestly, rightly so on occasion. I do tend to go for more basic roofs unless I'm like specifically asked to replicate a very specific style. My goal here is to show you how to start roofing, like how to start fixing the problems that you're finding. And then if you decide to go in and if you're like, you know what, I actually need this one to be pitched up higher and I really need it to have some flair to it, right? Go, be free, have fun, knock yourself out. But for me, just to sort of get you pointed in a hopefully generally correct direction, I do tend to go for simpler roof shapes. Oh no, I scrolled up on YouTube, which means I wasn't loading things, so that's a problem. Don't compare yourself to people who have more experience. Also a good one. Fairy godmother. Yeah, sure. Also available and around if anybody wants to play with it on Discord. Fair enough. So this, I think this is where I'm going to leave this one. It's a much more simple roof shape, but I hope that it will get you going in a different direction and help you sort of isolate different areas. Like maybe you like this part, but you want to change this part. Leave this part alone. Work over here. We started here. I know it's a little bit dark, so hopefully you guys can see it okay. But this is what we started with. So we did keep some of the same shapes. We kept the covered porch, the front facing gables, but we did solve a lot of those valley issues. So I'm hoping this gives you a better base to work from. I'm going to go ahead and put this back on the gallery for you to check out, and we will take a quick drink break and then move on to the next one. Pines, hello! Welcome in. Dude, I love roofs. I decided to make roofs my thing. And I succeeded. And now here we are. Have any Spoony Beans had water today? I don't remember. I don't think so. Probably not if I can't remember, huh? That's probably bad. Debbie! Debbie's next. Were you... Oh, that's right. You have the different... This one, I think. Landscaping. Yes, I think... Oh, dude. Brah. Look at this. Okay. Vibes. Very exciting. This could, in a few builds, get here. I'm just saying, I've seen some terrors from some of you guys, and over the months, you've gotten a lot better, and I'm very excited to see the progression arcs continue. It gives me so much excitement to watch you guys grow and develop your little building skills. It's very exciting. I say like I'm like a great builder. I'm tolerable, okay? I'm tolerable, and I have a reasonable personality. That's where we got to here. I'll drink water after stream, okay? Flying home to America tomorrow for a visit. Exciting. Drink your weight in Dr. Pepper. Do it. Forget health. Who needs health when you have access to Dr. Pepper? Alright, we are going to place this according to the gallery. Channel me when you try to roof a new shape and then fail. I'm sorry. You're gonna stay on, but if you disappear, it's because the episode's crazy. I hope you're doing alright. Happy to have you, but of course if you have to leave, no worries. You're responsible for terrors. You are responsible for terrors, but look at how much you've improved. It's been fantastic. Best builder in Michigan? Aw, thank you. We'll see if that holds up. Oh, dang it, I forget this lot doesn't have, like, the best lighting. This is very pretty, though. What roof is this? I love it. This is... Ah, life and death. That's a very nice roof texture. Okay, I was supposed to read stuff, probably. Used for Ultimate Decorates Challenge. Period you're working with is early 18th century. I know nothing about period-specific landscaping. I go based off vibes, okay? So that's what we're gonna do today. Isn't this beautiful? Life and death for the win per usual, right? Story, not with the eyes again. Every time you send a message, and then, hang on, I gotta do stuff. You send a message and then you put the eyes in the mouth afterwards. It does this. And then I just get a little bit freaked out. Like, what is this? Crazy. All vibes, no chill. Wow. So, we're supposed to be working on landscaping. Here's what I want. I want grandeur, I want splendor, I want for the landscaping to match the general vibes of what we got going on here. I want the lighting on this lot to be halfway decent. Is that too much to ask? Now, we do have a few different trees here. You guys know my tree rule. Okay, generally I try to stick with just a couple of different trees because otherwise it can start looking too cluttered. I'm going to leave the trees alone because I think for a build that's been around for a while, such as a castle from the 18th century, you're just naturally going to end up with more trees. Structured landscaping would be historically accurate. Just go full fairy garden. At least story doesn't send that. I mean, fair. Now we've got the trees, not the trees. Now, last time we did a castle, I was talking about how we wanted to use the height to our advantage, but that was a slightly different castle shape. This one, we already have the height broken up with our floor trims, our roof sections, our towers, our roof decorations. We've got a lot going on here already, so I'm not as concerned about adding height to the build. I do think that symmetry would probably work in our favor, or approximate symmetry. Let's see. Alright, so if I wanted to connect the ground with the build and bring some greenery up, we do have a lot of fabulous vines from vampires as well as from Get Together. So we could add some structured vines growing up the side here. And the reason I like to do this is because sometimes if you have a huge vertical space, such as a tower, especially one that's not broken up with floor trims and friezes and whatnot, it can just look really, really separate from the ground, and we want to try to connect it together. So vines are often a good way to do that. We can do this together. Come on. Nope, they don't want to sit on the ground anymore. That's fine. So grabbing some vines and throwing them on the wall can help with that sort of like grounding effect. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Tippy taps? Oh gosh, there's a tiny little cat. I'm sorry for the tippy taps. I'm sorry. Anyway, pout about the tippy taps? I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Romantic garden. Romantic garden would be pretty good for this one. I do not see romantic garden here. Always use plants to hide the oopsies. Right? It's pretty helpful. So vines can help with that. Also, just for general like majestic vibes, what do I want to do? Man, I have like too many ideas. I'm trying to just pick one and stick with it. You know what I think we'll do? This is older. This is slightly more romantic. Let's do terrain paint first, shall we? I know. It's a different angle. You know what I just realized? The kid and I were playing Sims the other day. Or no, what was I doing? I don't know. I had to do something where I had to turn the volume off. So you haven't had any of the game audio. I'm so sorry. That's the fact saying tippy taps to call attention to the tippy taps. I have so many sound buttons I'm supposed to be adding, sound alerts, and I just haven't. Anyway, I think that with this being an older building, we can get away with a more organic garden shape. So I think I might start with that. And as far as a rough symmetry goes, I don't think we need to replicate this exact shape over here, but we could have a similar like swoopiness, right? And I'm not going to landscape all this. I'm just going to show you on one side, then you can follow through on the other side. I think that that shape would complement our build pretty well. And then from there, we can start building up. So what else do we want? We want rocks, obviously. I don't know what world you're building in. Probably life and death based on the stuff, and I didn't build there. Whoopsie. But if we wanted to match just the general vibes of the place, I'd probably go with this swatch. And because we have a foundation, we can actually stick the rocks into the build a little bit, and it's not going to cause problems. So that's pretty exciting. Oh, and you can size objects up and down with the bracket keys, which is what I'm doing here with our boulders to create more of a backdrop for my plants. I like rocks. I think they're pretty great. They add an anchor point for plants so that you don't just have green on top of green on top of green. They add rocks, which is like super duper cool. casually draw the terrain paint. I have a lot of practice for what it's worth. You think it needs a hedge maze? I don't know if I'm gonna do a hedge maze. I do love and then the tree clips. What is it? Why is the tree jumping up and down? Okay, that's not on me. That's not my fault. Never do the cat match the mouse with it. And isn't it adorable? It's fantastic. Anyway, so we're going to start with those. And then we're going to go in with a slightly larger plant. Now, for castle vibes, we could go with this bulbous bush, or we could go with the unkempt shrubbery. This is going to start pulling in our storytelling. If somebody lives here and is actually like keeping up with the place, I'd probably go for this one. And then we're going to start bringing these in, resizing with the bracket keys. I hold shift to place multiple and alt to ignore the grid, which is fantastic. And we're just going to sprinkle a few of those in. That's fun. If we wanted to add sculptures at this point, now is probably my time. What hacks do we have that have sculptures? We are using Get Together, so we don't have Romantic Garden, but we do have Get Together. Get Together has some really good landscaping stuff. It doesn't really have plants, but it does have some good sculptures. Behold, amazing sculptures. So I think we could grab some of this, maybe, ooh. I don't know if this makes sense for storytelling, but it's nifty. So we have like some castle ruins. We've got this cute little flower cart thing. Some other smaller decorations. So there's some good stuff here. We can bring some of those in. Back to plants. Next up, we're going to bring in flowers. I want to bring in slightly larger flowers because we have a larger space. So big flowers like this or this, and not so many small flowers like these, just because it's going to take a lot more work to fill it up. Finally finished your second build from the Build Buyers Challenge and you're exhausted. That's been such a fun challenge, though. The Build Buyers Challenge in Discord has been great. Aren't the columns fantastic? I love them. Well, that's a nice well, thank you, RMJ. It's pretty great. The tree is sentient? I hope not. Anyway, what I was trying to do is grab some larger flowers. I never use this. It's just weird. This one. I think this one could work. Now we have to talk about colors. If we're doing this nice neutral palette here, I'm going to keep that going with the flower colors. So I'm going to start bringing these in. Again, resizing occasionally with the bracket keys so that they don't all look the exact same. Placing multiple with shift, ignoring the grid with alt, resizing with bracket keys. If you watch the clips that come out of the stream over the next few weeks, I do go in and actually add the hotkeys on screen, and that does include the commands for all the consoles. So PC, Mac, Xbox, and PlayStation. I just don't remember them off the top of my head. So there's our plant base. I want another flower for pizzazz. A rose bush might be nice. I want a rose. What color do I want? I could bring in some blue to complement our roof. That might be nice. Dome full of flowers. Oh, this is like the same but different. So not that one. Maybe one of these. This is different enough, I think. Sound of giggling gnomes wafts down from the branches. Not the gnomes again. How do I make dirt look good? You put plants on top of it. I don't know. Whoop. That was the wrong button set. Many apologies. There we go. So I'm going to start putting some of these in as well. I do have very, very long videos about how I landscape because I have a method for everything. I can't not. I've tried. It does not work. I methodize everything. So if you want to learn more about landscaping, I recommend it, kind of, I guess. They're very long videos, but they're very in-depth. They talk about the different plant categories, how you know when you have too many, how you know when you have enough. I wasn't supposed to zoom in for effect there, but it worked. So you could consider that if you're interested. my little landscaping methods. I've unintentionally left like a perfect little path through here, and I am going to embrace that wholeheartedly. So what I'm going to do next is grab some filler flowers. Usually I go with the low-lying pale yellow flowers because they're easy to use. And these are just because I don't like to have too much dirt showing. So any places where I feel like I have too much dirt still peeking out and I want my plants to feel a little bit more grown in, I'll add some of these. So I'm going to pull these around here. And because I accidentally did such a perfect little path, I'm going to go back over to terrain, grab some gravel, make my brush nice and small, and then just drag that on through. Because, whoops, might as well take advantage of that. Okay, so to recap, what do I want to do with my landscaping? I want to continue telling the story of the build. The build is old, it's got a neutral color palette, it's got a lot of symmetry working for it, which is great, but because it also has more whimsical shapes in the windows and it's not all rectangles, I think that bringing in a more free-flowing shape with the landscaping will be totally appropriate. I've kept overall my colors and shapes very toned down, but tried to really layer them in there to just show that this has been around for a while, and I added rocks for kicks and giggles. Ta-da! You have your beans. Tippy taps have left. Goodbye, tippy taps. I'm sorry. You figured out your kitchen layout? Congratulations, I'm proud of you. That when you add dirt under buildings and objects using the square tool instead of the circle one, it looks better. Interesting. I prefer the round one, but to each their own, I suppose. Also different goals and stuff. But yeah, I would do this, except also over here, because I think that looks pretty nice. Also, adding little lawn ornaments can really go a long way. Like, this would look so much more boring if I didn't have the well and the little dial and the flower cart. The flower cart's so cute. It's like her reward. So, to be fair, you also did already have trees, which solved a lot of my problems. Because like I said at the start of the castle, some of the issues that arise when you're doing such a large build... Actually, you know what? Let's just remove the trees on this side, because then I can show you. I'll put them back. Then you just have, well, bam, building, and you want to try to help this connect with the ground around it by layering in some plants and stuff. But when we put the trees back, that automatically cuts away some of the stone, so you're not seeing as much of the building all at once. You can tell it's still big and grand and it's sticking up from the top of the trees, but it having that layer of green over it really helps it feel like it's part of the property and it's not just like stuck down there willy-nilly. You mean the shape of the dirt looks good? Oh, that's fair. A fountain would be nice, also true. Instead of fixing your kitchen layout, can we do an update check on the ward den? We can. It has been changed. Pancakes. Wait, are we getting pancakes? Can I have pancakes? Oh. Send help and food. Never mind. Perfect, can have the pancakes. So I'm going to put this one back on the gallery so you can copy whatever you see fit to copy. Or, you know, just ignore everything. That's fine too. It's allowed. You're not legally required to make a sandwich, you can just eat the ingredients individually. Fantastic life hack. 10 out of 10. Posted 2 builds, I'll let you pick. Oh, how generous, thank you. You're cool, I'm gonna cross that one off then. I feel like we did a good job. High five, team. I have Cam, Rose, CEO, and then Whitney on my list currently. If I missed anybody, let me know. I'm gonna take a break now because I'm tired and I want to stretch. So I'm gonna do that, then we come back. Again, currently I have Cam, and then Rose, and then CEO, and then Whitney. If I missed anybody, please let me know now and or over break so I can write them down. Peanut butter has protein. This is true. Oh yes, also Kareem. Yes, thank you for being here. I appreciate that. You should be able to be tagged in chat if you need be. Are we doing people's builds? So, first Monday of the month is Build Help Live, wherein I, in my questionable building knowledge, try to take your guys' builds and help fix them up. So far today, what all have we done? We worked on a roof here, we worked on some layout and roofing stuff here, we did a roof here, we did a roof here, and we did some landscaping here. So I'm going to take a break, and then when I come back, I have 4 more people currently on the queue. Don't have a waffle maker. I don't know what's happening anymore, but waffles are good. Best of luck with those. I'm going to take a break. I'll be back in like 5 minutes. It'll be great. Probably. I'm back. Kareem, did we have anybody else for the build queue that I missed? That's the other thing. Why would I switch to Twitch when we already have, like, the best chat on YouTube? That's what I need to know. Absolutely no reasons. Absolutely no reasons whatsoever. I'm gonna work on getting Cam's build pulled up, but Kareem, if you have any other people that I missed, if you were able to catch them, please let me know. To the gallery. Here we go. We're playing Oasis, I believe is what we're working on. Common area spaces. Ah, yes, that makes sense. Community space. Ah, yep. 4030. Let's travel somewhere else. I don't want to build here anymore. But I don't know what the other world-like lot sizes are all the time. Actually, if this is university, would it go in Brightchester? Probably not. These lots are pretty small. This is a 4030. Let's check it out. Let's see if it works. I never build here. Not that you're aware of. Fantastic. Thank you. Laffy round 2. Let's see how long it takes me to get through these, and then I'll make the call on that. And no chaos whatsoever. Hey now. I feel like we've been able to move a fair amount of the chaos over to Discord with the cult quests. So that's been good. Oh, hang on. No, we're good. Alright, cool beans, cool beans, cool beans. This looks fantastic. Oh my gosh, I love this. And you need my help. Why? First of all, I can't find the front door. Oh, there we go. It's fine. I know where we are. This looks amazing. I think literally the only problem I have with this so far is there's not terrain paint under the plants, and that stresses me out a little bit, but we're going to ignore it. We're going to ignore it. Each apartment is themed to a college subject. That's fantastic. Don't know how to figure out community spaces, specifically the upstairs middle, and if we can get can downstairs as well. Alright, let's take a look. Okay, so these look like you've got them figured out. We've got a computer lab, library, we've got the kitchen, dining, living looking pretty good. Oh, this is like a indoor-outdoor community spot. That's pretty fun. Isn't this a fantastic build? This is fabulous. The amount of chaos in Sims themselves, grandbabies, everything else seems calm. I mean, fair. Join the cult. We have quests. They are delightful. You earn magic beans, and then you win. Upstairs middle. Okay, so I'd like to have this space do something that we don't already have. These appear to be apartments, so we're going to leave them alone. And if we want to keep this an indoor-outdoor space, like, I'm down for that. Oh, I was supposed to be checking packs. Do we have pack limits? It looks like we don't. Or at least we have very, very few. So, I'm going to go over to activities and skills. And we have a kitchen. Oh, sorry, we have the kitchen. We've got this. I would love for this to be more focused on games and stuff. However, rain concerns me, so I'm wondering if I want to do walls. Am I allowed to do walls? I guess we'll find out. Ha, walls. I'm gonna grab paint for these real quick. I'm gonna paint this. Oh gosh, we can do things. We can do things, I promise. I need a light. There we go. Okay, so we want places for the kids to come and do the things. We are going to do a door. This is short wall height. Did we get new glass doors from the base for the base game, or did they just come with the new pack? Because I know we got a lot of new stuff with the base game, but I don't remember if we got new glass doors. I don't think we did. Okay, that's fine. I was hoping for like full height glass doors, but I will accept these. I do like having the ping pong up here. I think this is a pretty good little nook for that. That looks good. The the kegs, we can keep that there as well. If we're working for skills and activities or just to like go have fun, I do like the games that came with Get Together if you have that pack. It came with the game table like this. We have a dartboard, which of course we have in the base game now as well. But we also have foosball, which I feel complements ping pong very well. Your cultists are rioting. What's happening? What? Oh no. I'm stuck. I don't know what's happening anymore. I don't know why we're rioting. You know what? I give up. I was going to be working on a community space, and now I'm concerned that I'd looked away from chat for too long and people are causing problems. It's fine. Community space, community recreation center. Here's what I want. I want our people to be able to walk through here easily, so we want to make sure our path is clear there. We want games because we already have smart stuff, we have food stuff, now we need fun stuff. So I think that's fair. The kegs, oh, this is actually bigger than I realized. I don't know how these work, actually. I don't know that I've used them before. It is 3 tiles. Would this make sense to have outside? I feel like it's a bit of a mess. I feel like it would make sense to have outside. I would need to move your mailboxes, but I'm okay with doing that. So I'm gonna do that. There you go. I'm moving those. We're gonna keep this here. We're gonna grab some comfy chairs. Maybe I'll move these over here and do a like video game spot over on this side. You're innocent. Someone in the chat was not chaos, and we took that as personal challenge. You know what? Why would I be surprised? Minnie's recruiting for spellcasters in YouTube chat. Do whatever I want? Oh, heck yeah. I'm glad I caught your message amidst all the other problems happening. Anyway, I'm trying to think like what needs would your Sims need to fill. That's the direction I'm trying to run with what I'm thinking about while I'm putting stuff together here. So if we need to fill fun needs, right, if that's what we're going to be focusing on over here, I think setting up a little gaming area would be pretty fun. If you have high school years, it has these super fun beanbag chairs, which are absolutely delightful. I really like these. We also have like pillows and stools and just sort of, we've collected things to put together a little video game spot over here so we can play with our friends. We've got the foosball. That's just a good time. We have a little bit more space over here, so I might add like a like a cozy little bench or something. Maybe just something like this. I don't know if we have color schemes or anything, but I think that could be good. I'm gonna grab this floor for in here, and I think we need better lights and some decorations and stuff. But I think that would suit our community stuff. We've got food needs, we've got knowledge and study needs. Oh, do you already have the research machines in here, or do you just have the computers? Because that might be a good thing to have on the university campus. I don't remember where it is. Knowledge, maybe? Yeah, these things. These, electromagnetic research archive machine. So I would consider getting a couple of these, maybe to replace a couple of your computers, maybe giving a couple of your students laptops, but you do need these to actually complete university gameplay, so that might be helpful. Oh, LA's here. Hello, LA. I don't see you, but I see a lot of hello LAs, so welcome in. I did not set up a listen command. It was on my short list for the day, but I did not even get my short list done, so unfortunately. That didn't work out. Also, if this is going to be the fun room, then we could do a fun mural on the wall. What? I don't know. Again, I should be paying more attention to what colors we're using. Feels like we've got a lot of yellow going on. So, doing a fun wall with fun colors, or a mural, or some art could be pretty good. I know we have a few big options. Oh, this fits almost perfectly, actually. That's fantastic. Whether it's this one or not, I don't know. Yeah, I think bringing in some art could be a good move here. Eat your fruits and vegetables. That's a good message. It's all fitness stuff. Who cares about fitness? We need fun. I'm gonna pretend that that's the university mascot. There we go. That's pretty good, right? Sure. Why not? We've got posters. We've got all sorts of stuff. What do I want to put over here? I kind of want to bring in some more interesting lighting or try to copy more of what you have going on over here. Very neutral tones. I'm gonna grab a cork board. That would be good to have in here. I think I'll put that over my bench over here. What else do you have that we could copy? Air conditioning? Sure. Grab that. Might grab that sofa. Because if I can copy things, that will help it feel more cohesive and not like 7 different people all worked on this, you know? If we can make it look like one person did the whole thing, that's a win. So there's that. What sort of lighting do you have going on? Mostly just the ceiling lights, nothing too exciting. Alright, that's good, that's fine. We can change that if we want to. Again, if we're just going for like, let's have a good time and do some fun stuff in here, we can do fun lights. I do have these new lights. If you have that pack, those could be delightful. Some of these might actually be fun. Oh, this isn't quite gonna reach all the way across, is it? Bummer. It was a thought, though. We're doing animal facts? Why are we doing animal facts? What patch is the Lisa Frank Jaguar in? This is from Lovestruck. This is the default swatch, is these like signs and things. I don't know why you'd want signs and stuff when you could have fun words, but what do I know? There, more art. Animal birthing facts. Giraffes give birth standings and babies fall 6 feet. That's great. Eel pie. What are we? I don't know what's happening. If you're talking about sushi now, I give up. I'm gonna grab a rug. And then, I really just want this to look like the students put it together. The rest of this stuff is university provided. We have ourselves. This wall's all tile. Maybe I'll bring this in. There we go. There's a game area. And I don't see, I mean, like, we've got some storage and stuff. I don't know if the other community area we're talking about was this yard spot here. But if we consider what you need to actually succeed at university, if you're doing any sort of athletic stuff, you need a place to kick a basketball, a soccer ball around. So having open yard space is going to be important for that anyway. If you have the pack and you wanted to add more stuff outside, we do have the slip and slide, which is just hilarious, to watch your Sims slip and slide on. Swings would actually be really cute if you have this pack, which I've already used a few times, so hopefully you do. Like, that might just be an adorable little extra thing to add, but I think you have your bases covered now with the community spaces between the kitchen and the library area and a fun and relax area. I hope we get to see an update with all the different apartments put together, because these are looking pretty fun. Should do this in parish green so I'm not so lost. I mean, at this point, kicking a basketball does happen if there's actual children. The chaos is real. I mean, that's fair. Now you wonder if there's gator sushi. I've had gator. There, look, I can contribute to the conversation. Slip and slides also seem like a college activity. At my university, there's a tradition on the first day of spring, the seniors of the year go and dump every bottle of dish soap they can find into the fountain in the middle of the university. And the bubbles float around campus for days. It's pretty wild. I haven't been there in years, of course, but yeah. I'm just saying, there are traditions that involve soap and water. Did the riot get moved here? What is happening? We're trying to recruit Pines. Be nice to Pines. And you could be nice to me too, I guess. That would be lovely. I don't know if I helped. Your build is really epic, and I feel like I just caused more problems than solutions. But I did propose a game area to meet the rest of the needs that your students may have. And I'm afraid to touch the rest of it because it's beautiful. So I'm going to put it back on the library, and if you guys have anything to say that's not about sushi, you can let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to move on. Kilo heading to bed. Sleep well. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Here. Have problems. You're welcome. Trying to figure out Discord. Best of luck. If you have issues, you can let me know on... I mean, you can usually contact me on most other platforms. And we'll figure it out together. If you're in the Discord, but you're trying to figure out where the cults are, you do have to grab the converts role from the roles channel. I didn't want everybody to have to be spammed with all of the vampires and ghosties nonsense. So, you have problems, you're welcome. I say that a lot, so... To be fair, putting that union in your save file. Isn't this fantastic? This is delightful. I love this. This is such a beautiful house. Lot. Building. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna put a check mark next to that. And then we're gonna move on. I appreciate that there are exactly 5 of you here. That makes me feel safe and calm. Because there's not more than 5. Because that would be scary. Rose. Rose is next. It's iconic. We're in Parish Green now? Heck yeah. Congratulations. If anybody causes you too many problems, let me know and I'll try to solve them. Not what I'm known for. We are gonna go over to Roses now. So this one is an update. We are going to be checking out the Ward Den. Is this the finished one? 232 downloads. Congratulations. This is impressive. I mean, obviously you've earned it and deserved it. This is beautiful, but very cool. So this is, well, duh. We'll just go over to the proper lot. I'm a genius. Very indecisive, and he likes to institute fun challenges. Well, I'm not going to tell you what the quest is this week, but I will tell you that it's one that I've been very excited about for a while. So I'm excited for that one. Had to avoid it for several weeks, then you could finish it. Funny how that works. Funny how that works. So, as a reminder, since this is a ward renovation, here's this disgusting monstrosity of a house. I don't know what's going on, but it's pretty terrible, and it makes me just makes me want to cry. Behold. We can all cringe together. Now, be prepared for splendor. Put your sunglasses on, people. At least it has toilets. You know what? You know what? That's fair. Behold the splendor of what somebody who actually knows what they're doing can do. Amazing. Applause, applause. Rounds of applause. Look at this. Look at this. Beautiful. There's even terrain paint under the plants. You know your way to my heart. So anyway... clearly this is far superior. Last time we were here, we were working on the living room, and I noticed you didn't take any of my advice, so that's absolutely fantastic. Good job. Oh, wait, is this the... What did you do? Hang on, I thought this was one thing, but it's not. This is... Yeah, no, this is a cabinet, for, like, the wall that you put on the ground, and it looks great. Good job. Isn't this just beautiful? So we've got, I think this is a dance floor, so we've got a little dance studio over here. We've got a living room, which looks way better than anything I suggested. We've got a little theater. We've got a little getting ready room. We have a little bar, because you can never have too many of those. A little spot for some posters and stuff. The double staircase, the piano, in an actual, like, reasonably sized area. Another bar, very important. Nice little kitchen spot. Another bar, very important. The guest bathroom situation. the office where I assume we're signing contracts. Oh yes, I love our super duper chic workout floor. This is pretty great. Scared of a big scene just happened. You got 20 minutes in the episode. Good luck. I don't know what to say. I hope that everything works out alright though. Looks like a bunt cake pan from above. I see what you're saying. Press reception room. It was put in by husband number 7. Oh, jeez. Too many husbands. Anyway, upstairs. Oh my gosh, a reasonably sized and furnished landing. A reasonably sized bedroom. What is this? Another reasonably sized bedroom? Is this The Sims? It is. It's actually lovely. Yeah, the original build was absolutely nuts, and this looks so much better. Also, I think we've got yet another bar out here, so good news. We have roughly equal number of bars to husbands, so that's pretty great. I like that we can just climb over the roof here. Yeah, that makes me feel super duper safe and secure. The fountain is gorgeous. And of course, I feel like this actually fits into this area, which I presume Judith is supposed to own? Like, this whole area, but the original build does not suit it at all. But look at this. Like, we've actually got the shapes, you know? We've got this little round bump out area, which matches this, which complements that. We've got the overall shape of the build complements the rest of this. It actually looks like it belongs here. Amazing. Good job. High five. What did she do here? Murder. Yay. High fives all around. Good job. Beautiful. That's how you can tell it's not EA, right? Alright, I think that's the last one on our first sheet. Now we just have 2 more on our second sheet. Old School Jacksepticeye? I've never watched that person. I know who it is. Never watched him. Switch to your iPad. Seems less laggy. Ooh, fantastic. That's good. Good news. The lag issues are not on my end today. And that's good news because that means things be working, which is great. Great build. How do you find this? This is the Ward Den Reno by Rose, which I didn't even realize. Anyway, RoseSkyPlays, pro player extraordinaire, literally only uses Get Famous. I didn't even realize that. I just assumed you were using a bunch of different packs because it actually looks good. No, like literally EA could have done this. Oh no. Anyway, EA could have done this from the start, and they didn't. Rose deserves all of the applause. Check out the build, it's very exciting. We have redeemed a roast. Who redeemed a roast? Who did it? Megan. Megan is redeemed a roast. Megan, you know the rules of the roast. You get to cut in line. What are we complaining about today? I'm scared. Back to YouTube chat, you're now a spellcaster. Ooh, exciting, exciting. I hope you enjoy your time there. 102? Did I do it? Yes, we did it. Heck yeah. Trashy trailer. This one. Oh my goodness, this looks fantastic. This is for a 30-30. It appears to be werewolves. So we're gonna fly over there. Booyah. Oh, CEO. I'm glad that you're hanging out with us. I have no idea what's happening in your world right now, but I hope that things work out in your favor. Just get famous. Just get famous. Yeah, Rose did have a build help lined up and then figured it out. You figured it out all by yourself before I could get to it, so that's why we ended up doing a slightly different take there. Furnished, generic, from the gallery, bippity boppity boo, everybody be scared. Worked hard for Pines to join the spellcasters. Well, I think the spellcasters have generally been underrepresented, so that's very exciting. Now here's the deal with roasts. For anybody who's new here, I suck at roasts. I'm very bad. I'm very bad at roasts. I do my best to find things to complain about. I'm not great at them though, so sometimes I yell at people aggressively and sometimes I just compliment them because I can't not. So we're going to see what this is going to be about. All your single brain cell to work. You know what? I'm happy that you were able to use a single brain cell. So this is called Trashy Cabin and Trailer. And the thing is, I agree that it is trashy. This window and this window are the same window. Congratulations. Those are the only points you get. Why are they completely different heights on the wall? And why is there only one here? That stresses me out. Also, there's a lot of trash here, and a fire, which makes me think you're burning tires. That's not good for your lungs. Don't do that. What is this? Oh, it's a traffic cone. With the way the sunlight was hitting it, it looked like it was on fire. I was concerned. Green flag guy, get honey roasted. I try to roast for real, and then I fail. Oh my gosh, there's so much trash here, which like makes sense. It's trashy. And see, look, you see this layering of the debug objects? This is actually really impressive. This looks really good, but it's also terrible and very bad for your health. I don't know. I don't think this trash can is accessible, which means you can't even clean up the lot, so that is a concern. I think you'd have to move it here for it to actually work because your Sims can't actually walk through these objects. Which is a bummer. The hunting party season finale. Ooh, so you were like on the edge of your seat right now then. Maybe that's why there's so much trash around. That probably is. This isn't actually a thing. It's just existing. That's fine. We just have some random train tracks in our yard. That makes complete and total sense. Perfect continuity. We just picked up some train tracks and put them in our yard. Okay, but also people do that sometimes. They like buy trains and then buy train tracks and put them in their yard and then put the trains on the train tracks. And I'm like, that is dedication. I feel like our terrain paint wore out back here. We're doing so good in the front and now we have absolutely no terrain paint back here. So either this is all fresh trash or somebody forgot to come back and actually do all the paints. So also, I'm really sad that you're forcing the poor lightning bugs to live here. They did not ask for this. They don't deserve this. All right. No need for functional trash cans. Fun fact, there is a great need for functional trash cans. I love the wallpaper and roofing choices. This looks fantastic. Let's go in this one first. Let's go in over here. What do we got? I almost just threw up. This looks so bad. I'm scared. That's the kind of lawn you get all the bug bites from. All of them. All the mystery bugs. Okay, so first of all, we enter straight into carpet. Oh my gosh, my skin is crawling. I hate it. I hate carpet, especially right in the front door, because then it gets wet and damp and all the mud. You're getting bug bites inside these houses too. Ugh. My skin. I can feel the bumps. Okay, anyway. Good news, guys. We're protected from burglars. I'm so glad. I'm so glad we're protecting ourselves from the burglars here. Excellent storytelling, great styling. It looks great. I would rather die than live here. This is nasty. I can feel how sticky everything is. We do have some fancy coffee though, so that's a win, I guess. And we're trying to cover up the holes in the wall. What is this? Oh, this is gross. Your curtains do not fit the windows, which normally I would complain about, but I feel like you picked these up from the thrift store and you were just lucky to get a matching pair, so I guess that's fine. What do we have over here? We've got bunk beds. The poor children have to live here. That's a bummer. You know what? It could be worse, though. Do they have carpet? Yes. All things considered, this is a normal amount of mess, though. At least we don't have food mess in here, because that would suck. Is there a functional dresser in here? I don't believe there is, because I believe this is a dresser, but last time I tried to put a dresser behind an archway anyway, it refused to work. So I don't know if that's functional. I would love for it to be, though, because the storytelling on this lot is great. But I don't know if it's a thing. You'd have to be deceased to enter this home. The yellow of the wall is just nicotine residue. Oh, now I can smell it, too. Thanks for that. Anyway, oh dang it. My skin is crawling and I can smell stale cigarettes, and I love you all so much for that lovely mental image. Nice bathroom, you know. I love the stained tub choice, the sink. I don't know that actually gets hot water. I don't know that it gets water at all. actually, no, it does get water. I've decided it gets water, and then it drips it all into the dirty clothes. That's what's happening. It's giving bed bug resort. It's terrifying. Oh, gosh. Splinters in your butt. That's great. You didn't even hang the toilet paper in the correct direction. I'm just saying the attention to detail here is impressive. But you put the toilet paper on backwards? Don't worry though, guys. We've got a big old TV and a big old fish. That's all that matters in life. Have I been in this exact house before? Yep. It's fine. Why do we... Okay, this one is actually confusing me. Why do we have double doors into the world's thinnest bathroom? Like, is this a converted closet? What's going on here? This is a very interesting direction that we've taken here. Oh, we do have toilet paper, so that's good. No toilet paper holder. Just toilet paper hanging out, so that way when you drop it and it rolls under the sink and gets dripped on, you just suffer. And we also have a full ocean, a full English channel here between the bed and the side table, so we can drop our coffee down underneath our bed, which is very important. We have to keep the cockroaches fed. Why does a trailer need 2 bathrooms? I don't know. Psychic damage. You've had to stay in this house before, Emmy. I'm sorry. It is not fun. Hopefully you're not there anymore. For rent should have given us like wearmark carpet. Wouldn't that be fun? Not that half baths are inherently stupid, it's because of the double doors. That's what I'm thinking, is it's a converted closet. That's what it looks like. You did a cat blacks in the bathroom, then you could feel the fleas. Yeah. The carpet around the bed is half as tall as the carpet under the bed. Yep. Yeah. No. I could tell stories. Maybe I'll tell stories later. I'm not gonna get into stories right now. We're gonna keep complaining about these things. Is this... Looks like we've got some art and homework going on. So you know what? Good for you kids. Working on getting an education. Moving on. Is this a no, this is a no, which is this? Peepers be gone. So this is supposed to keep weird people off your lot. There are actually a lot of signs in the game that I don't know about you, but I never use them. Like, there are signs to dictate where cats and dogs can and can't go. I never use them. That's fine. Only homes with cats and toddlers should hang toilet paper backwards. That's fair. You put your toilet paper the way that you have... What? No. It's wrong. It's patently wrong. Like, you look at the patent for toilet paper, and it's wrong. The no farting sign by the door. No, it's no peepers, so I don't know. It has something to do with get together. Front deck here, concrete on top of stone. Again, the storytelling is great, because over here, concrete on top of this stuff, that doesn't make sense. Concrete on top of stone. That could make sense. Someone's hanging up the towels, though. Exactly. Okay, see, this one's a lot cleaner, so I don't know what's going on over here. Look at this. I mean, questionable entryway right into the... Heaven forbid we have furniture line up in this house. Heaven forbid. What is... I don't know. Good news, the fireplace is doing absolutely nothing. Nobody cares about the fireplace. We just want to watch TV. That's cool. I like the desk. Very IKEA. You know, just cobbling it together. Nice little bookshelf there. This actually looks really cool when it fills up the whole wall like that and has the beam running across. That's pretty nifty. What else do we have going on? We've got a kitchen. Yep. These cabinets were installed after the fact. That's for sure. For sure. This is cute. Where's this one from? Rack of the wood dishes. Oh! I don't think I really realized that had that many swatches. That looks really nice, though. Kicked the adult man-child out of the house and he bought the trailer and set it right there. Ew. Now, over here we have... we have this, which is fine. We have this cabinet, which is fine. It would be nice if the cabinets, like, lined up and they ended at the same point, and then we could, like, maybe put the trash can over here. I don't know. It's fine. It's whatever. I like the chairs. The chairs are cute. We do have a light over the table, so that's good, I guess. Current girlfriend has kids. Oh, gosh. We have a fan in here that's not remotely centered to the room, so I'm sure that that's working out just great. This lamp is sticky. I can feel it. I can feel all of the things. This closet got to stay a closet. Lucky closet. Oh, we've got laundry in there too. Fancy. And the only bathroom in here is an ensuite, which is fine. Like, if it's just a one bedroom, you really don't need help, or like, you don't need to be able to get in from other directions and stuff. But maybe that'll help people not just wander in. The fluorescent lights, though. The fluorescent lights are giving me a headache. I'm just looking at them. It does have a machine to wash the towels, yes, so that the poor kids can come over from this trailer and come and wash their towels. Listen, I recognize that some people have life situations that they can't get out of easily, and it leads to a lot of messy stuff happening. Again, I'm not going to get into stories because it's sad Sam lore. I don't really feel like getting into things today. Recognize it, been there, done that. But I think that we can all agree that sometimes you need to put in a smidge of extra effort when kids are involved, because this is not okay. I can feel the fleas biting my skin every time I look at it. I can smell the cigarettes. I'm stressing out. Yeah, maybe the kids get to sleep on the couch sometimes. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know how roasty that was, but this was a fantastic build. Thank you for sharing with it.
Thank you very much.
Blah, 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 blah. Hey, this is sick. Literally. Ew, gross, disgusting, nausea-inducing. Well done. 5 stars, and by 5 stars I mean 0. So I'm gonna move on, but thank you very much. If you guys think that this will suit your storytelling, Trashy Cabin and Trailer. Behold. By Meggy0102. It's terrible, and I love it. It's fantastic. Is there channel point to tour a build? So, channel points, if you amass enough of them, you can redeem a roast, which sometimes just turns into a tour if I can't roast it. Like this one. I tried to roast it, but it was just too good. I have other ideas for other things to do point redeems for. I just have yet to have, like, you know, on the tier list of things I have to do in a day, it's not that high on the list, so we haven't gotten there. But I do plan on adding some extra sound alerts, some additional tours. I want to add the Sims GeoGuessr game as a reward as well, so we can play that during stream sometimes. I think that'd be fun. I got stuff going on, though. I know, terrible. Says the person who had her sim live in a drained multiple. Listen, it was for the storytelling, okay? Yes, the implication was that I have had my... Okay, but they were adults. Adults I'll put through anything. As soon as kids get involved, we be fighting. Okay, the fists are coming into play. At least I'm consistent. Who's next? Oh, CEO. CEO and Whitney are who I have currently on the list. And it's 11, so I'm, depending on how long these take, I might take one more after that. But right now I'm just going to stick with these two. So, I don't, did you? Yep, brain's starting to shut down. Fun. The Buckley family home. Oh, this looks cute. Landscaping and backyard decorations. Okay, so you already have the lawn mowed, which is impressive. 40, 30. We're gonna go over here. Trying to build on some additional lots we haven't really put on there yet. Buckley family home, place, residential. The lot challenge. I don't know. Mold. Deadly black mold pile. I haven't really played with the mold very much. Decided to not do that when I was raising children in my pool basement. This looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm a little bit stressed out about the roof. Specifically that we could just fix it so easily. But anyway, that's not why I'm supposed to be. That's not what I'm supposed to be doing here. We have. Is this important? Does this have to stay here? I don't know. So I believe the goal here is to work on the backyard with landscaping, decorations, blah blah blah. So the first thing I want to do is not have the door open straight onto the ground. So I would love to have... Oh, you're just doing terrain paint. I mean, that's fine, you're allowed, but for ease, I think I'm gonna I'm gonna cheat and use some tiles. So I'd rather this not open directly onto the ground for a lot of reasons, including but not limited to groundwater. So at the very least, I'd want to have that there. I think that there's enough space here. You could have this connect pretty easily with a path. Maybe even build this area out and do a whole, like, why did my brain die again? Like a little patio area. I think that that could be nice back here. You can fix the roof if I want. I just needed to pull the one piece over because otherwise it was clipping out on the side and I did not like that. So I'm going to move our laundry line over here, and then if we want to do backyard stuff, just a couple of placeholder items. We could do, no, not that grill, that's a park grill. We could do a grill, we could do, I know you're going to be shocked, I'm going to grab a picnic table. Everybody clutch your pearls. Usually you build pretty big family homes. Yep. Not an exception. Alright. So yeah, a place to hang out back there. I would like lights, perhaps, maybe. Even just one above the door would be good. Oh, there we go. We can see now. So, patio, laundry space. If we wanted to do some landscaping, I think a little bit over here would be really cute. I'm thinking we grab these guys and sort of have them come around the side like that. And then we can go in with some of our flowers and pull them out like so. A couple of these guys. I'm kind of just making up a story for these people here. There, just a smidge, just a little bit, you know? Just a little bit. And you've put so much work into mowing the lawn, but I'm going to put some dirt under my plants anyway because I think it looks better that way. So, there we go. And a little bit around under our new patio and under our clothesline as well. Alright, so there's that. Who all lives here? Let's figure it out. We've got kids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7,000 children. How am I not surprised? Alright. They have like 8 kids. That's fantastic. You did up front though. Oh, I should have grabbed some of these plants. Apologies. Okay, but we did go for similar vibes with the tall grass and stuff. So I should have grabbed some of these. I didn't. I apologize. I shall replace these with the flowers that you already chose. My bad, bro. And you know what? Let's grab a couple of these too. There we go. I've continuified. I'm gonna save for a second. The crib is there just in case, because they hate the teen in that room, so they left the nursery. Wow. Wow. Cream heading to bed. Sleep well. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight and for being here. How many kids? 8. 8 children. Currently, which is the whole... ugh. Okay. Anyway, you do a lot of children a lot of the time. Do we actually want to invest in the children in the backyard? Because we could do that. We could make a little playground area. We can do... Do you have all the packs? I feel like you generally do. Don't you? It looks like all of them. So I'm going to go with all of them. And then you can yell at me later if you want to. I give you permission. I'm going to grab the new one because it's cute and I like it. So, we could grab that over there. We could grab the... So you have older kids, not like toddler age kids. Which is fine. I was thinking about grabbing the slide, but if you don't have toddlers currently, or do you? Let me see. I'm gonna spy. Those are children. Maybe a toddler? Oh no, you said just in case. So no. No toddlers, no toddler slide. That's fine. I'll find something else. They forgot the kid at a grocery store when he was 6 and he walked home. Oh my gosh. You have all the packs. Fantastic. Tiffany, hello, welcome in. No way you'd allow a grill anywhere near your clothesline. Good news. The Sims don't care about reality, so that's pretty great. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to put horseshoes over here. I would like to have some activities for people to be more on this side, and then maybe we do some more aesthetic stuff over on this side is kind of what I was thinking. So I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do a telescope maybe so you can spy on people. That's a pretty handy activity. That is pretty helpful. So I might push that over there, and then we can stare at, I don't know, whatever's happening over there. So there's some activities, including the clothesline, blah, blah, blah. I don't want my clothesline to be next to my grill. I want my picnic table to be next to my clothesline so I have somewhere to put my laundry basket. Look at you all coming out of here with all of your facts. Do you have a trash can? I do not see one, so I'm going to add one back here because it seems like a handy spot. There you go. Trash. Not that you're trash. I also don't know what this is, so I'm going to leave it alone. Haha. Let's grab some of your plants for over here. So I'm going to build this area out with this. We'll grab that. Put a couple of these things in. I might grab a rock as well for reasons. Let's see. Yes, very important to have rocks on occasion. A little bit of landscaping back there. I think that'll help make the yard feel more full.
When in doubt, boulders.
Exactly. I need dirt under the plants. It's important. There we go. And you did such a nice job with mowing the lawn. Like, I don't want to put more stuff down. I don't want to ruin it. I will add some stuff under these areas. So I'm going to add a spot to stand next to the telescope. I'm going to add some scuff marks under the swings where you're dragging your feet to make it stop and go. We're going to add some dirt over here while you're playing horseshoes, where you're walking and stuff, wearing the grass down. I know you like decorations and stuff, but I think that just a little bit of landscaping back here and over here on the corner, I feel like that balances the space out, and then you still have room for your family activities. Can Sims be married to more than one Sim at a time? I do not think they can be married to more than one Sim at a time, but they can have relationships with more than one Sim at a time, especially with that whole, like, romance, jealousy update thingamajig. I was thinking about fire. I dislike facts now. What? What is happening? Why do I dislike facts? Cornhole. This is a fact. I don't understand where this facts and Bland is dead. Bland's not dead. I've just been very ill. Fun fact, you're also ill. Oh, fun. The mother is a perfectionist, so that looks good. Huzzah. You know your broken game. Yes, your broken game where you can't have children. Right? That one? That broken game? Oh, it would be cute to have little bikes lined up out here, but if you're dealing with a perfectionist, maybe we don't need to be putting bikes all over the lot. That would be pretty cute. Again, for storytelling. But for keeping it looking clean and classy, but also like children live here, I think a smidge of landscaping, a couple of activities, and a patio out the back are pretty good starting spot. Your Sim's married to 2 Sims currently at the same time. I don't think you're supposed to be able to do that. Oh, look at you guys coming in with your facts. So you said that I hate facts. I see. Spreading false rumors. Wait, are rumors false by necessity? Are rumors necessarily false? You know what? I'm gonna shut up. The garage roof is messed up. Oh, it is. I don't think I did that, but we'll fix it anyway. Just in case. And you know what? Let's add a couple more plants just here at the corner because it would be cute. There we go. Look at that. Adorable. Still don't know what that's about, so I'm going to continue to ignore it. There you go. A very family-friendly, but actually not really don't touch my grass backyard. I'm going to put it on the gallery so you can yell at me later. That'll be great. Take what you like, leave what you don't. That's not how we spell. Oh my gosh. You need to actually be on your laptop for the next one so you can read chat and see video. Inherently. Sure, that's a good word. I like that word. Spelling is for nerds. Really don't touch my grass. Spouse didn't have any fears of cheating spells till he was hired as a cook at the wedding. Dude, I don't know what's going on with your game, but it is something. You can be married to more than one sim, but not on purpose. If you get a call where someone finds a ring in someone else's bag. Ooh, fancy. What's with the garage roof? I thought I fixed it. Like, it's a different color, but I didn't do that. I just fixed it because it was, like, tucked in one tile, so. We're leaving it alone now. I put a swing in the backyard. That's what I was hired to do, guys. That is what happened. Look at Terry coming in here with the game knowledge. Alright, Whitney. Are you here? Yep. The art center. I want this to feel like a college building on a city block. Mainly frustrated with the back quad area and how to wall it off from the surrounding area and blend it into the newspaper office next door. Struggling to make the outside look natural for a college city campus. I don't have experience with that, but I'll do my best. I think this is San Myshuno, right? That looks city living-ish. And we are on a 40-30? I feel like that should narrow down my options. Okay, let's see if we can find this lot. Might be out of expertise. It is, but we're going to try it anyway. So we're supposed to be looking at a 40... Is it this one? Oh, look, it has the same name. Genius. Easy peasy. I really want pancakes, but it's late and mother will yell at you if you wake her up. Those moms, man, they get you. Man, no, I want pancakes. Now I need to do a poll. Do I end stream and go make myself pancakes? Furnished, there we go. This, Contractually, I'm contractually obligated to go to 11:30, which is in 17 minutes. I think this one will be my last build of the night because we are on spring break this week, which is great. I love having my kid home. Also, I don't get an opportunity to nap tomorrow, and usually, especially when I stream later on Mondays, I'll take a nap on Tuesday. So I think this one is going to be my last build for the night, just for my own health and safety and, you know, the child's health and safety. But it looks like this one's going to be quite the challenge. So we may still be here for a while, but I am going to go ahead and officially close the queue. What world is this? This is San Myshuno. This is the world that comes with city living. And we are working on this building, which looks fantastic. And I'm very excited to look at it more closely. I don't know how much I'll be able to help, but I will do my best. Unfortunately, you're a night owl. Fair. No, I signed... So when I actually schedule an end time for my streams, I schedule them from 8:30 to 11:30, and it's currently 11:14. So contractually, in order to fulfill the obligations I set forth for myself, I can end at 11:30. Usually, I go somewhere between 12 and 12:30, sometimes 1 o'clock. But, like, 3 hours is the minimum before I'm like, I try to do 3, and then if I decide to do 4, that's great. But if not, like, it's fine, you know? Isn't this a fun lot? This is usually where the art museum is. Okay, let's read through the prompt again. We might have to use the community brain cell over here. So, mainly frustrated with the back quad area and how to wall it off from the surrounding area and blend it into the newspaper office next door. Struggling to make the outside bit look natural for a college city campus. Want it to be a food picnic area. So this area here, we're trying to block it off, but also help it feel like it's been blocked off, I think, is the idea. Let's see, what do we have here? So this one, ooh, we got a little studio downstairs, very exciting. Reception, hallway, Is this our newspaper office? Looks like it could be. Got some busy stuff happening here. I like your cubicles. This is very cute. So that's that building. And then over here, yes, okay, so here we're going into reception hall. We've got arts and things. I love that you actually made use of the external corners on this couch. This looks great. Yeah, so this is looking more like an art center. There we go. This is very cool. I really like the details on the top too. I don't know how you came up with this, but I love it. Now, I think it would be nice to use a mix of brick walls and open-er fences. You already have the brick established on your lot with this wallpaper here and the foundation here, and I wonder if that would help it feel more like, again, closed off and private and actually like it's part of the art building, which I believe is the goal, right? This should feel like it's an extension of the art building. What was our record for roast in one stream? I think it's 3, because they reset every hour. Because I was very grumpy with the game. If I'm cranky, that's a good day to do roast. Maybe a patio and trying to deal with landscaping. Stole all this from the wheelbarrow center. Picnic blankets and yard games. True. Oh, wait. Okay. I think I understand. I'm gonna get rid of what you have here then and just start over, unless you're gonna be super duper offended. Kind of too late for that. So, if we want it to feel like it's part of the university campus, I want it to be... Is this closed off over here? It is. I had a thought. I feel like it's a very bad thought, but I'm gonna try it anyway. That's not what I wanted to happen. Oh well, who cares? But I want. There's a city living fence that's really cute, but it's very, very short, which makes it incredibly impractical 9 times out of 10. But it is kind of artistic. So, I was thinking about maybe doing a brick wall and then placing this on top. I don't know if this is a good idea. This might be the worst idea in the history of ideas. But I wanted to see what it could potentially look like. I want this foundation. Is this foundation? It's a foundation. What are you? Is it the same as this one? Nope. Presto foundation. There we go. It's selected. Anyway, if I'm understanding the idea of this being reserved for university students, not able to be accessed through by the rest of the public. So that was my first thought. I wanted to see if that would work. I don't know if it's going to work. That's the wrong button again. We do have some fun color options, and again, like Art Center, right? It's got cool shapes and colors, right? This building is red and gray primarily, but it does have some brown, so this might work okay. Roast you, just kidding. Yeah, this is gonna be my last one of the day, because I'm sleepy. Dumplings in the microwave, fantastic. Time is an illusion. Yeah. Probably shouldn't be, but it is. I don't hate this fence. I think it's a nice fence. I think we should make it be a more similar color to the rest of what we've got going on. I think having it be a little open is fine and dandy. Oh no. Okay, so we're gonna have to actually have this be on the ground, which is fine. It's allowed. It's allowed to be on the ground. And that should match up height-wise there pretty nicely, which is great. And I wonder if I can find a column. Well, I mean, I guess I literally have these columns, but I was hoping for a column that would look more like this is extending down, you know, but that's gonna have to be a very specific color, and I don't know if we have access to that color. Ah, yes, werewolves, obviously. Let's look at that dark gray. Maybe that one. Just to give it like a solid corner there. I don't know. What do you think? Do you like my idea? Do you hate my idea? It closes it off. A kaleidoscope? I'm not 5 shapes and colors. Isn't this fence fantastic? I love Eco Lifestyle so much. It's so good. What are you working on now? Been doing the school pickup. Oh, yay, school. College quad area. Yes, because I have so much experience with that. However, some of all y'all's chats, I guess I can call them, gave me some ideas. So I'm gonna pull this out here. Copy all this over. Copy this over. To make this slightly larger. I think that will be a good start. Then we'll still have grass area, but we'll have more of this concrete area as well. We did have one of them there, busking stations. I don't remember what they're called in the game. I remember that they come with city living. That's all I know. One of these good things. Center stage performance space. Sure, that's what we can call it. So I think that having this out here actually like on the tile would be good. Or we could do a little mini stage. Ooh, that could be cute too. A little bit of a performance spot. Or, let's see. What if we grab this, pulled it up. Please don't delete the wall. It's gonna delete the wall. Yeah. I love when it deletes the wall. I lied. Oh, and then that's gonna go up though, which I do not want to happen. Okay. I've lied to you all. We're getting rid of all that. Undo, 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 undo. I just thought a tiny little stage spot would be adorable. It would have to not, oh my gosh, touch the fence though for that to work out. Lower that, eyedropper, bippity boppity boo. Yay. And the foundation change. Oops. Why are we spinning? Anyway. And the floor. Okay. And this, and then we'll put a tiny little roof situation over it. It'll be super duper cute. And then we can put chairs here. We can put chairs and tables up there. And then I like the idea of the picnic baskets and stuff, maybe. Probably add an entryway on the brick side. Fun, frisbee, and 0% beer vibes. I wish we had disc golf. Can you imagine if we had disc golf? Garden boxes. Ooh, yes. I do love a good garden box type situation. Where would we want to put that? Because my favorite way to do it is with platforms, which we all know. What I want to actually I don't want to mess up the walls and stuff though, because I didn't actually build these walls. I think I'm going to go back over here. Yeah, I'm going to turn my grid on. Maybe. Where is it? There it is. I'm going to grab my fences. We're going to do this one. And we're going to make a little roof looking thing over here. No, thank you very much. It's not going to be a ton of cover. It's really not any cover at all. It's just a little bit of shade. You do not want to perform out here if it's raining. Dang it. Oh, no wait, that worked. It's fine. Cool. And then I don't think I can do the other diagonals. That's fine. It's cool. It's chill. It's fine and dandy. Okay, we're grabbing our pillar. Heck yeah, pillar. A couple of those here, and then I need floor trim to make it look nice. Maybe the inlaid exterior trim. Sure. Performance space. That was the idea. That was the vibe. That's what we did. I'm gonna add some chairs. It'll be cute. We need tables and chairs. This is the vibe we have going on inside, which is fine. I'll try to pull that outside-ish as well, maybe. a food vendor space. We can add food vendors. Where do you think they'd be? Do you think they'd be in the grass, or do you think they'd be up here? That's the question. I'm gonna start with tables and chairs. Maybe. Ooh, I like these too. These are pretty fun. Getting distracted. I need tables and chairs, not just random chairs. Blah, blah, blah. If it's an art center, could I get away with artistic picnic tables? Is it allowed? I think it should be. What are we doing? Not band shell. No, I didn't do a band shell. I'm sorry. I mean, I could, but I'm not going to. Haha! We should support women's rights and women's wrongs. Oh my gosh. Picnic tables are allowed. Yay. The food vending something something, city living. Would that be an outdoor activity? Heck yeah, it is an outdoor activity. Do we have food already inside? That's another question I need to ask. We have some drinks inside. It does look like we do, so that's good. Maybe I will put them over here. You know what? Wow, I love how well that worked. We're going to do an extended lowered patio, and this area is going to be for our food stalls, which I have just lost. Cool beans, love that for me. Man, there are so many. And they all look so delicious. I feel like these match the university center, but also like... Oh, look, we've got Discovery University ones too. Pizza, kebabs, wraps, Footloose beverage pudding. What? Looking at these is making me so hungry. I need to stop. I need to just go grab some. Here, we'll do drinks. And we'll do... What are you, Indian food? Alright, Indian food wins, because that's the one I clicked on. I'm so hungry. Oh my goodness. Where do you actually order from on these? Is it at the front here? Or is it on the side? Because the arrows are over here. I don't remember how these work, apparently. So that's embarrassing. It's probably fine, though. Yeah, that's probably fine. Be gay, do crimes, or not. To the crimes part. Hang on. It's too late. Order from the front. You can put stools on the side. Really? What? What? Hang on. You are expanding my... You're expanding my universe right now. I love you. I would ask you to marry me, but I am already married, so I don't think my husband would be very happy about that. I love you so much. That is amazing. Oh my goodness. Never seen stools on the side. This is world changing is what this is. Anyway, we're still doing cute little picnic tables. I don't know if anybody forgot about my cute little picnic tables, but you're not allowed to forget about my cute little picnic tables. I'm gonna do this one pink. There we go. We're gonna do lighting. Let's see. Did I do the right dimensions? I did not. I really don't want to extend it anymore, though. What about if I go this direction? Is this correct? Sure ain't. Cool beans. Love that for me. Alright, and this is when we layer a little bit. That. Yep. That's lights, that is. Booyah. We did it. Man, I'm so excited about this stool thing. This is fantastic. Who needs picnic tables when we have stools? We need picnic tables? I think Tech will understand why he's been demoted to second husband. Tech was there first, except first husband. Possibly grad school. What's happening? This is already so much cooler than your undergrad. Yay. Anyway, we've got cute little lights, which I think is very important for anybody to have cute little lights. We have some picnic tables, which have been clearly moved around. They are not organized at all, but you know what? Sometimes you need to move them to the right light for the study vibes. Tell me I'm wrong. What we do need is one of them, their little mosquito candle things. These guys can't be having the bugs bugging us. There we go. Grab some of those. I think I want like 2 permanent benches and then a couple of lawn chairs. I think that's what I want to do here. You know, like these look like they've been planted there, and this is just a cute little performance space. But sometimes one of the more popular local indie bands comes over and then we need extra chairs. So we're gonna grab some of these. Let's see. Oh yeah, werewolf, obviously. I'll grab one of you, and I'll grab you because you're a little goldfish, and that is adorable. And I can grab a couple of those as well. Put one there. Yes! These are fantastic. I love these. You know what? I'm gonna put this one over here. We're giving ourselves a backstage pass. Because we can. And finally, we need at least 1 picnic blanket. I think that's pretty important. Here's our basket. Where are the blankets? Ah, here we go. Yeah, no, it's gotta be this one. It's the rules. And then we'll put the picnic basket on there. Love. Adorable. Okay. We need like 1 tree for people to sit against and study. We have space for exactly 1 tree, exactly right here. What tree though? Because we have some good trees. We've got this one, which, I don't know. Maybe not that one. Where's the movie night one? Is that one of the expensive ones, or did I miss it already? If I were a tree that had fabulous hanging lanterns, where would I be? Cats and Dogs, Jungle Adventure. Oh, it's under lighting, apparently. This might not fit with our fence, which is a bummer. Actually, you know what? I lied. Because do you know what the best part about this fence is? It comes in different heights. So, we can actually grab one of the shorter ones. Here's this one. And we can put it here. Oh, not short enough. Is there one that's shorter? Which one are you? Are you a short one? Waffle weave. Oh no, this one might be the shortest one. Uh-oh. Oh no. My great idea may have not actually been such a great idea. I'm gonna die. Eco lifestyle. Medium. Okay, this is what I was mostly going for, because then we can actually sorta kinda have it like cut out around the tree, you know? I think that's cute. Okay. I don't know if we have a better color for the tree. Oh wow, we've got options. Pink trees, purple trees, blue trees. You know, we're gonna go with that one. Saving again. As many gnomes as possible. Those university students do be stealing weird stuff. Isn't this a great tree? This is fantastic. Okay, so what else do we... Obviously, we still need a little bit of, like, decorating. I think we need some plants, we need some arts, we need some, I think we need some lights over here, probably. Turn off eco lifestyle. What sort of light do I want in here? Obviously, I want lanterns. What light am I going to choose? It needs to be remotely decent. We might end up going with some hanging lights over here. Darn. Because I could do a wall light, but I want it to actually somewhat sort of illuminate the space, so then I'm like, maybe I should grab a wall light that I can place on the columns. You know? There are just so many great options and so many terrible options. It can be hard to choose. Well, this kind of looks like an outdoor light. You know what? That's actually not too bad. Not too bad at all. Alright. Cool. Can we use the string lights from the new pack? Do we have the new pack? I hear fiance saying it needs gnomes. Fiance is correct. Fiance wins. Gnomes. Coming in. Meatball's not even here. Gnomes. To be fair, adding a couple of sports balls is probably a good idea. There we go. Sports balls. Let's see. Let's put... Hang on. I got you guys. Don't worry. We're going to put a gnome in the tree. Move objects on, and then use 9 to raise. There we go. We've wedged a gnome in the tree. You are welcome. We are going to put... We'll put another little gnome over here. Let's see. Who wants to live over on this? We'll put this one over here. He's telling you all to stand up and clap. And this one too. This one's adorable. You can sit over here. You're worried. I'm sorry, but you're cute. I think we'll stash another gnome over here. We can do a bunny rabbit gnome. Sure. Hiding Easter eggs for the next season. And one more. We're gonna do the werewolf gnome. I want to see if I can like wedge it in here. I don't know if it'll fit properly, but it'd be really funny. Because then nobody would know how it got up there. Is it floating? It's not. Perfect. There we go. That's what I want. I realized I could have just put it on the floor inside and it probably would have lined up. But I didn't do that. Woohoo bush. Ah! Mateo. Coming at it with the big brains. There we go. We also have the dumpsters, so lots of opportunities for shenanigans. Sleepy's really decided to sneak attack. Sleep well. How do I freely rotate? Okay, Emma, 2 steps to this. So first, you need an object. We're going to use a chair. First, you need to hold Alt, and then while you're pressing down Alt on your keyboard, that'll let you ignore the grid while you're placing. So I'm holding Alt, not holding Alt, holding Alt, and then if you click and drag, you should be able to rotate freely. However, this only works if you have the Sims 3 camera enabled. If you're still on Sims 4 camera, first of all, Sims 4 camera sucks. Secondly, it won't actually let you rotate. I don't even know actually how the Sims 4 camera works because I hate it and I've never used it. Sims 3 camera is superior in every way. And then if you hold Alt, you can rotate freely. If you're on console, I don't remember off the top of my head, but I think you have to toggle it with a button. Excellent gnome placement. Heck yeah, I win. Not sleeping yet, just taking meds? That's smart. I should take some before bed too. Not the shenanigans. Always the shenanigans. So, is there anything else we needed besides just like general decoration stuff? Because I agree that some sculptures are plants over here for sure. We need like the artistic plants though, the ones that we don't usually get to use. We need to take full advantage of our opportunities here. Like these fun little planters. Might grab a couple of those. Those are good. This is new. I felt like we had big sculptural type plant stuff, but maybe... Oh, there's this one. That one's big and annoying. Difficult to use. We also have the plant walls from Eco, I want to say. Eco Lifestyle again. Oh, and we have these planters, which we could match to the fence, so that might be a good use of our space as well. Ooh, this looks nice. I like that one. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking about. Anyway. Let's see. What shall I do with you? Because you're a good planter for like a barrier to keep people from wandering to where they're not supposed to wander to. Maybe we could put this here and here, and then I could move this table to be here. That could be nice. I'll rotate the pink one as well then. So I'll move that table to be there-ish. Sure, that'll be good. And then this grassy planter. What shall I do with you? I feel like this would be useful. I feel like this could work with us somewhere, but also I'm running out of space because I just had to cause problems. Maybe I can put these over here. I'm gonna hold Alt so that I can place my stuff more exactly. Never mind that they're overlapping a little bit, just ignore that. Nobody cares. It's not true, I care, but I'm pretending I don't. Nope, can't do it. We are going to try and make these match our little fence. There we go. We could probably add another gnome down here. Gnome. Let's do this one. That looks good. Just waiting for you. Behold. I think I'll put this one over here. Yeah, that'll be fine. You can be... Sure. And I do like these. I think having these on either side of some sort of light or fountain or something over here could be really cool. We do have some pretty fun color options, but I kind of like the rusty color. I think it complements our building. Eco-lifestyle stuff is really cool. Sims 4 camera has been your issue the whole time. Dude, the Sims 3 camera is where it's at. 10 out of 10 recommend. I think it was the first thing I changed when I got the game. Was I switched over to Sims 3 camera. So, yeah, I highly recommend that. I want you to complement each other. I want you to lean toward each other. So no, you have to lean this way. No, you guys are weird. I give up. Fountains. No, fountain. There we go. What do we have? Are you a fountain? You're just a light. We've got these, so those are fun. Would consider. You also just have this sort of thing, which again, it's just fun. It's just nice. I like. Or that one. That one fits the vibe a little bit better, I fear. How tall do you get? Oh, that's a little bit too tall. Maybe I could move my little grass plants over here. And my gnome. Don't forget the gnome. Still need you to be moderately, like, kind of sort of centered here, though. So what can we do about that? Have you just sort of do the thing. Oh, you know, you're still not centered, though. Who's wrong? What's going on? Am I doing this wrong? I'm doing it wrong. There we go. Okay, sometimes you do have to turn the grid on. It's a sad day, but it has to happen. I'm gonna grab these plants and have them on the sides. I'm gonna grab my little death gnome. He's taking a shower. There we go. Nice soothing water sounds to study and do your work to. A foosball table? Oh, well, you know what? That's probably nice too, I guess. I don't know if there are any games we can... Well, we could put chess down here. Activities and skills. I feel like chess is obvious. Could we do something that's not chess? Oh, we could actually grab some instruments to have out here just ready to go. Let's grab a microphone. And we'll grab a guitar. That one's good. Or... well, let's do this one. There. Then this gnome's just a guitar holder. It's great. Anyway, recreation. We do have this little outdoor game table, which is very cute. So maybe I'll grab one of these to put out here under our tree of lights and knowledge. I don't know. I'm gonna paint all the chairs different colors because I can. So there's a game table under our tree. We have a picnic basket. We have space for assorted recreation activities. We put in some plants to make it look nice. Though we definitely got a lot going on. This would be a very loud spot, but it should be a lot of fun. The round eco lifestyle plant. Oh, wait, I read that and then I was going to go look for it, and then I didn't. That was the wrong button. Was that one down here? Ah, this one. This one is pretty cool. Where? I don't know if I can fit in more plants. Well, maybe. What if we did? No. Be down there. Thank you very much. We could stack them a little bit like that. Make it a whole little plant waterfall thing. There we go. Who needs a railing when you have succulents? If the woohoo game has to be involved, at least put it in the corner of shame. I didn't put the woohoo game in. I did put the bush in there, though. The shame corner with the dumpsters. Hey, now. I didn't shame anybody. You did that yourself. I'm gonna add some terrain paint. I feel like we've... Oh, I love that the columns and stuff are clipping through. You know what? It's fine. We will add, creative arts. There we go. You already have one of these. I'm gonna put another one here, to pretend that it's on purpose. No, my grass is clipping through. I just wanted to have a cute little planter moment. Anyway, putting that there. What else was I doing over here? Terrain paint. That's what I was gonna do. I remember now. Dirt. Very exciting. Oh gosh, we have to put this everywhere. So I've got to put it under everything that touches the ground. Start with a fence, because that's the boring part. Okay, and then we also need to do under our assorted foundation areas. So we'll do that here and around the side. Boop. And down here, the tree is kind of getting in the way, but it's worth it. Put that there, and then also over here under this stuff, and I'm gonna make it slightly bigger and also place it under the dumpsters and the bushes and things. I'm gonna put a little bit under a picnic table, a little bit under my tree, under this table, under these objects, just for literally just to make the ground look like something other than super duper flat texture. There we go. If we look at it at night, I think it's fairly lit up. Like, it's nothing too crazy, but it's enough. Oops, camera's still open, my bad. Not the long clippings, they'll stain everything. Yeah, they're, those lawn clippings. Anyway, yes, so I fixed the grass clipping through little planters. Over here we've got gnomes, we've got plants, we've got trees, we've got food, we've got lots of spots to sit and do picnics and do shenanigans and do instrumentals and even sports balls. So I think it looks fun. Did I miss anything super duper important? I feel like we covered the bases. Especially since I have no lived experience with these sort of lots. Please go to the library for shenanigans. Gotta go, Indy. Thanks for hanging out with us. Have a lovely day. I think I'm gonna put this one back on the gallery. If you keep any of this or change it around, don't care. Love to see an update though. I think this is a super cool lot. We'll put it on the gallery for maybe other people to look at. Behold. I just kicked the desk and that kind of hurt. Please upload properly. Heck yeah. Alright. Oh, wait, before I go, very important thing. Very important thing. Everybody listen. Everybody listen. We are, for better or for worse, closing in on 25,000 subscribers, which is nuts. So, I did a poll on YouTube. And what we've decided to do is, as soon as we hit 25,000 subscribers, I am going to schedule a stream for a Friday night, and I'm going to take 25 rooms that you guys have created and try and make a house out of them. So far we have 4, which is very exciting. I have the full rules on YouTube under the posts/community tab. I also have a strong belief that this game's about to crash, and you need to use hashtag Sam25k, but then when we hit 25,000 subscribers, we'll do a stream. I will randomly select 25 of the rooms that you guys submit, and I have to make a house out of them. If we end up with a house that's 25 kitchens and bathrooms and there's nowhere to sleep, my hands are tied. And of course I'll have to like roof it and landscape it and stuff. So I think the game's gonna crash, which is fine. I was going to bed anyway. 25-hour stream. Dude, no. Were you here for Tiny Town? Tiny Town's as close to 25-hour stream as I'm getting. But anyway, I'm gonna put up Dance Cat. The game may or may not crash while that's playing. It doesn't want to do anything right now. I'm gonna go to bed because I don't get to take a nap tomorrow and I'm sleepy. And I'll see you guys same time, same place next week for Rags to Riches, which is super exciting. I think that was like my one big announcement. So if you haven't already, join the Discord, subscribe, like, blah, 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 leave a comment. Super duper fun. I will see you guys next week. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Sleep well. See you again soon. Bye.